Welcome back, everybody. It is Thursday. We're not usually live today, but we have an emergency spice clickbait stream just for you. Happy you tuned in. You're either in the Discord or you have notifications enabled. Either way, make sure you subscribe, join the Discord. You know the deal. Today, we've got some very spicy price action happening. Bitcoin pushing higher, Ethereum pushing higher, Casper, the list goes on. I can't even name them all right now. Things are very spicy, and we got to go live because we follow the spice here. Let's jump into some charts. We're going to look at some stuff. Keep it hyping. I'm going to grab into the chat here in just a minute. Let's take a peek at this giant screen. There we go. Let's see what's going on in the world of crypto really quickly here. While we have a minute, I timed this stream to chill a little bit. Bring the energy down. If you're feeling euphoric today, let's start with this. Take a breath. Relax. Don't trade in a euphoric state. Whether you're feeling emotionally negative or positive, it's never a great time to trade. Remember risk management. Sometimes we get carried away when we see things moving up. We throw all of our hard-learned, practiced, proven things out the window. Like we increase leverage, we increase risk. Don't change your plan based on feeling, ever. That's my opinion. That being said, feel euphoric. Feel good. You earned it. I'm a little jealous. I'm not feeling the euphoria in the way I usually or have in the past. I'm not really sure what to make of it. Maybe I've just become numb to the charts in my Jedi ways. I don't know. But it is what it is. Let's look at what's really moving today. Caspa up massively, 23%. Pepe up 23%. I have a feeling one of our in-stream trades hit there. Rune pushing up to $4. Wow. I think we had a $5 target on that recently. ILV, we looked at that yesterday. We'll definitely look at it again today. Lido. Does anybody care about Lido? If you want to see Lido, let me know in the chat. Gala pushing past 2.2 cent resistance. Ethereum Classic up 10% at $20. Chainlink, $15 hit. What did we say yesterday during the live? We said Chainlink would hit $15 today. That was yesterday. It happened. Let's go. Let's effing go. Maybe I can hype myself up as we keep going. Why? What it certainly isn't helping me is that for some reason, these buttons will never work while I'm live. Let's see if that works. It did. All right, miracle. Maybe I can get hype. Solana did hit our $48 resistance finally. We'll be looking at that as well. Theta continuing to make moves. I'll take it. Optimism up. Ethereum up. Ethereum, very spicy chart. We're definitely going to take a peek at that today. Really, quite a day. How are you feeling in chat? We asked the same question in the poll last stream. We're asking it again. Which comes first? 48K or 32K? I want to know. Has our opinion changed? Have we changed overnight? Has the green made us bearish? We'll find out. We'll find out. Let's take a look really quick at funding rates, liquidation map, and we'll throw up our super chart here. We'll throw up the chart. Ooh, this is a little ugly. Funding on the long side. Ooh, maybe this stream is needed. Funding on the long side, as you can see, a sea of red. A sea of red. When we have red on funding, what that means is longs are opening faster than shorts. And so in order to keep the perpetual price pegged to spot, longs have to pay shorts to stay open. And this is extremely high, especially over here on Ethereum. 0.219% on Bybit. What that means, whoa. What that means is that if you were open a short on Bybit on Ethereum, you would be being paid 0.21% of your margin every 8 hours to stay open. Now, that's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game to try to collect that funding or arb that funding, but it is possible. I don't think that that's a great move for any given person out there. What I would do, though, is I would look at this and say, man, the long trade's a little crowded here. Now, that does make sense. Bitcoin's pushed up to a new yearly high. We tapped 38K today. Like, it makes sense that funding is looking like this. However, it is not typically a bullish sign. I will say with the caveat that in bull markets, we do tend to see these rates or these fundings stay really positive for long periods of time. I think it's a little preemptive to assume that right here. This is a cautionary tale. I don't want to bring you guys down, but this is a cautionary tale. So let's keep that in mind today as we go through our charts. Liquidation. Gotta love it. Short side does not seem very strong. Only $1 billion in liquidations up to 42K. This has been a wild ride, this chart. Like, hands down. We have seen these walls just flip back and forth, and for whatever reason, it does seem to push in the direction that has less liquidations. I don't know why. It's a little counterintuitive to me. Liquidation heat map, 35K, big long licks down here. Right here, 35K, we see a few hundred million in that range. It's probably a good time to talk about this. So as we move up, so we moved from about 25K to 38K over the last 2 months. As we move up, percentage-wise, the moves down are lesser when we're talking about a flat value. So we hit 38K to fall down to 35,000. You could say, oh my God, that's a $3,000 decline, right? That's a terrible way of looking at it. Think about it in percents. Percentage-wise, $3,000 down from 38K is not even 10%. 10% retracement in Bitcoin is nothing unusual, right? I'm not going to say for sure we're going to 35K. We're going to look in the charts here in a minute, but looking at our liquidations, that's a tasty little zone. We don't really see significant licks really anywhere until that point. And actually, if you look at the most recent data, you can see some of these liquidations have actually, some of these positions, potential liquidations, have actually closed. So what we can kind of infer here is that longs, some of these longs closed up here in this wick, likely part of this downside pressure. And now they're no longer on the table to be liquidated. Very spicy. Very spicy. Trades are still open. Trades are still open. Not a lot going on there. The in-stream trade from yesterday up 50%. 50%. Not bad for a 24-hour turnover. Let's throw up some charts here. I'm going to read the chat in just a minute. So I constructed this morning just to have a really simplified view of what's going on. We talked about the ascending parallel channel and how most of the time we expect these to break to the downside. However, Bitcoin has other plans for us. Breaking to the downside, we said maybe that's about 75% of the time we see it break to the downside, 25% we see it break to the upside. But when we see it break to the upside, we're looking for a very specific pattern. It doesn't have to play out this way, but it is pretty reliable or consistent when we do. So that pattern, in the event we break up, which is what we got, we were looking for this. Hits to the channel, a break of the top of the channel, and then a pullback to that ascending high trend. So I kind of constructed this here. Now this pattern kind of emerging doesn't in any way guarantee that that's what's going on. Of course, this can fall back down. Of course. However, what we can do from this is we can say, okay, we have this pattern that we see hit pretty often, pretty reliably. So we can try to trade around it. I'm just going to put this up here for now. This is not a trade that I'm necessarily going to take during the stream because this part I did not think out before. I'm kind of winging it on that. We can look to take a trade here. It doesn't guarantee it's successful, but we might have some kind of edge versus just randomly ordering any trade at any given time, right? That price for me at the top of the channel right about now, I would say is 36,750. Now, this might be a really early long, but if this is the rally to 48K like we've been waiting for all year, if this is, we would expect very little retracement, very little pullback. If you guys have been on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, by the way. If you've been on Twitter or any social media or even maybe in Discords and things, you've probably noticed maybe two elements or sentiments. One, euphoria. We're feeling a little bit of a euphoria. We opened with that. That's good. Two, the thought of waiting for a pullback. I keep hearing this on repeat. I haven't really been saying the word pullback in a long time, but I started using it today because I see comment after comment after comment of pullback. The perpetual waiting for pullback state is absolutely part of any Bitcoin bull run. At 16, people were waiting for a pullback to 10 or lower or whatever. In February, we got 19.5. People were waiting for a retest of the low. In April, we got 32. We pulled back to 24. We got slightly higher. We pulled back slightly to a slightly higher high. Each time we have been waiting for a pullback. And it's no surprise now, as we've seen a move to the upside, that people are looking for a place to re-enter Bitcoin. So hopefully on this stream, we can identify the most logical or probable places to re-enter if you're late. And don't worry, if you are late, or if you're completely sidelined, I mean, maybe you could worry. Maybe. I don't want to make people worry. Maybe you could worry, but don't worry. We have been looking for 48K. If it does play out the way we were expecting or kind of predicting, there is going to be at some point a place to enter. I don't think I would enter right here at 36.6, but that's me. I don't like buying after rallies. Almost no matter how this trend resolves, there's likely to be a time where you get a solid entry. So relax. Like I said, don't FOMO and don't make emotional choices. Just ride the plan, the wave that you set out. Okay, we're going to have to zoom in here because the price action is getting a little bit more spicy than I expected today. We didn't actually even put this up, this trade. Just 1-to-1, just placed. Falling back into the wedge here. So where can we look next? What I like about this setup, and this is why I kind of prepared it before, is we have a lot of confluence here with our fib levels and price action. So the next one below us would be just about 36K. Right here. That would be our 382. Reminder, these are very shallow retracements when we look at our swing highs to lows. Typically, on this channel, we look for a 618 or a 0.5 retracement. So that would be down here. Almost every time something goes up or down, we look for the 0.5 or 618. And so that would give us a range of 34.8 to 35.4, something like that. However, we typically look for this. Again, I'm kind of stuck in this rally to 48K thing. If that's what's happening, I would not expect these deeper retracements, the 0.5 or 618. I would not. That's why I originally placed this here. 236 would be the most shallow. If we bounce there, this could be like a ridiculous rally. 382, getting a little bit more in there at 36K, both pretty ideal. Pretty ideal looking retracements here. We didn't actually place a trade for anyone tuning in. I just put this here and I was going to talk about it and then Bitcoin flew through it. But it might not actually be the worst. We're going to have to do a little more TA here. A little bit. And then we're going to look at some alts. We're going to look at the stuff that's pumping. We're going to take your requests. Give me a second here to kind of survey the land on Market Cypher B. 15-minute looks strong as hell. 30-minute, little pullback. No surprise we're seeing red, but that's pretty strong as well. These things did not look quite like this last time we streamed. This is wild. Hourly. I wish I'd gone live 2 hours ago so I could say, yeah, this is looking a little local toppy. I'm seeing like very bullish trends on these timelines, but then VWAPs are falling, and it kind of shows me that's likely looking for some kind of move back to the equilibrium here. Almost all of these time frames we've looked at have had a downward facing VWAP, but we also have a red candle here, and that's very likely the cause of it. Very likely. We got 611 viewers already. I love it. I love it. Make sure you guys are smashing the likes, sharing the stream out. I'm just going to tell you right now what we're looking at. KSM got an alert. Doge on Bitcoin pair got an alert. Hoping for some bullish news there. Eth crossed 2,000 earlier. Litecoin broke its local high, still looking for $85. GBTC put in a new 2023 high today. No surprise to anyone. MicroStrategy, we're going to definitely look at that. Looks like it broke through a major resistance. Maybe looking for $710 now in MicroStrategy. Wild. STORJ broke higher. Solana hit resistance. YFI hit our 6,500 target. I forget who asked for that yesterday. Total broke to a new yearly high. T-Fuel, Casper, of course, we got a ton. I'm just getting like alerts after alerts after alerts as I'm sitting here. Let me close some of my tabs. Let me pull open the stream chat. Here we go. Here we are. I see you guys. I see you. If you're here today, you know what to do. You know what to do. Put something in chat. Let me know you're here. Vote in the poll. Like the stream. Hit the bell. Hit the bell. Join the Discord. Engage. The more you engage, the more YouTube shows this stream to new people, and today is the absolute day to do that. Kai is here. Kai, how are you feeling? What's up? Not me. Mark Harris. Pickle, my man. Daniel Lehman hype. You feeling hype? You know what's interesting? The poll right now, it only has 250 votes, but it's the same percent as yesterday. It's wild. Crypto Surge, you are Gina. Oh, Gina. Oh, Gina. CHERPOW does speak today at like 2 p.m., I believe. I don't know if we're going to cover it. What's up, Aaron? Aaron Pim. F888G. I don't know what that means, but go. I need my COD pump. Pamp. Where are the pampies? We should take a moment today to, send good energy and vibes to bears and the family of bears. They're not our enemies. They're not our enemies. They're just ex-bulls. They used to be one of us. I may them adding to their shorts yet again work out this time. Let's pray for them. Almost 1 T in volume on Bitcoin 24 hours. Are you serious? Let's actually look. Almost. Wait, where's... What? I'm seeing 36B. You mean total crypto volume, maybe? 24-hour volume, only 106B. You got me excited. That's all right. I need it. I asked you guys to. That's fair. It's fair game. What's up, Fishk, Denome, Darko, Meaningless, Hang, Christopher, Cryptic Rebel, Malik, Monk. Who else is here? Huffy, JT, Woody, Crypto Surge, Hang, Vui. How you doing, Vui? Crypto Surge, who else did I miss? Stargnado, of course, David Brum. How you doing, David Brum? Hyping up the likes and subscribes. Thank you, my friend. Sticks, Skate Crow, Vesemir, can you do me a favor? I know you're a busy man. What's up, Dino Mike? You too. This goes for everybody. Dino, Vesemir, anybody here? OGs, speak up. We're having our first patron night. We haven't had one in years. Friday. Vesemir, Dino, can you guys make it? I won't hate you if you can't. It's going to be in Discord as usual. I won't hate you if you can't, but it would make my day. We're just starting it back up. Patron. Exclusive content. Trade setups. But really, it's not anything. It's not a signal group. Signal groups are shade. If people could just put out infinite good signals, they wouldn't have a signal group. Our group is a group dedicated to education, growing together, weathering the storm together. And community is absolutely the most valuable tool you can have during a bull or a bear market. I'd love to see Vesemir and Dino there. Sign up for Patron. We're only having 100 slots. We have a lot of people who have been patrons for a long time. They're in. But 100 new slots, and then we're going to reevaluate. I don't want to have more than 150 people because of, what is that science math thing where groups of 150 fall apart? I don't know. Blow off top Crypto King? Could be. Pumping straight to 100K, says Infonte. I wish, bro. That would be great. I'm not going to hold my breath, but I think that'd be awesome. Jeremy Ragsdale, what's up, bro? You're in the Philippines. If you're awake, you'll be there. It's at 8 p.m. East, so you should be awake. I won't hate you, but I would love for you guys. Dino, you're in the Discord. Doesn't matter. You're in there. Best stream on YouTube. Thanks, Tim. What's up, Smokester? What's happening? Why is everything going down? There you go. That's why. Bitcoin go up, everything go up. Bitcoin not go up, everything not go up. Look at the 5 minute. That is a little blow off toppy. It is. I'm not worried though. I'm not worried at all with this little pullback. I'm waiting for this hourly to close. We got 39 minutes. I should probably actually adjust this into a trade. Waiting for the hourly. A close above this trend line. 36,728. And I think we just wicked out some longs, honestly. Let's take a look at volume. Volume pretty good. Pretty good. It's growing. It's growing. You can see down here this white area is a little thicker. It's not as spotty. Not as spotty. Volume locally here growing. Not bad. Could be bigger. Could be bigger, man. I got a lot of dog hairs on my nose. Could be bigger, but I'm not worried. This is really what I'm looking at. We'll see how this plays. You know what? Let me place this because I don't like that this I just put the long tool and I didn't adjust anything. I don't like that. Fine. Okay, cool. Should I just keep that as the entry even though it's bad? We'll take it, but we're going to put it at the trend because that was the point. Back to the highs of 1.5. Let's see. 238.5. You know what? I have an idea. I'm not ballsy enough to do this yet, but I'm just going to do it. There you go. There's your 3 to 1. Let's see how that plays. What's cool, though, is actually you could just make it a much better risk to reward. Still get a 3. Just take it from like where it is now and then just go back to the high at 38. You see how those go. We'll see how those go. They'll be all right. What's up, Crypto King? What's up, Dionysi? Can we go back to 37.6? Yeah. I mean, why not? 37.6. Did you just buy at 37.6? Guys, if you're I can feel the energy. I can feel these people coming. So let's say you're new. Also, if you're new to this channel, put something in chat. Let us know. I'm curious how you got here. Was it on the homepage, search, suggested? And let me shout you out. We love new viewers here. Our channel is dedicated. I'll say we are advanced traders, but we're dedicated to the fundamentally good practices in crypto. Responsible risk management. We are here for the long haul. We're not trying to get rich quick, although most of us started that way. We're here to get rich without really a time horizon on it. And the only way to do that is to do that slowly, step by step, methodically. What happened to your hair? Been fighting with scissors? I know, I like it. I like it, Dimitri. You hope that's what she said. OG in the house. OGs, who's here? Who's here? What's up, Crypto Slab? Let's go. How you guys feeling? Woodrow. Oh God, do not buy now. I wouldn't buy now. Also, if we have new people, I will place trades. I will place these setups. These are theoretical for educational purposes. I will tell you when I take them. I took one last stream. That one's doing fire. However, please do not think that I always am right. I am not always right. If you just blindly copy my trades, you will lose money. I promise you. No, that's not the one. That's the flex long. Here we go. This is the one we took yesterday, 35.5. But it doesn't always work that way, guys. Please. Please. Just use what I do, whatever value, whatever you can get from it. Use it as your own, but never blindly copy people. You will lose money. Period. Period. No other way around it. Where was I? What's up, Joints? How you doing, bro? By the way, roll them up. Let's get 420 likes. We can do it. You used to live here, I know, boy. Where have you been? Come back to the Discord, guys. The Discord is popping. It is no longer a graveyard. Optical Art PMO. I don't know what that means. Is Steve here? Shout out to Steve either way. If you're new here, you're still early. You're early. Promise you. I've gotten one message from a friend about Bitcoin since it rallied. However, thankfully, that friend has been in Bitcoin since like 2017 or has, been in and out. Not brand new person jumping in. I'm fearing the time when I start getting the texts from people who have never talked about Bitcoin. Should I put all my money in it right now? That is the hardest thing to happen. If this is your first bull run or will be your first bull run, be prepared for that. You're going to be really excited and you're going to want to tell people about Bitcoin, how great it is. But unfortunately, it's not going to help them. Here's exactly what's going to happen. One, they've already made up their mind. They don't care what you have to say. They're looking for confirmation bias. Two, by the time your friends who aren't in Bitcoin right now notice and are asking you about it, it's the top. It's the top. Price may still continue up for a while, but all of the gains are virtually gone, and they are going to buy the top. Like, period. No matter what you do, though, if you tell them, hey, man, it's the top, I wouldn't do that. They don't care. Here's the problem is if you get them hyped up and you tell them to buy, and then they do, they're going to end up hating you no matter what the outcome is, really. If price goes down, it's your fault. If price goes up, they're a genius, and they don't care that you were the one that told them to do this. It's lose-lose. Here's the real deal. Here's how we do this here. We are here as resources for everyone in our lives because we believe in Bitcoin. We believe in crypto. If people come to us and they want to hear what we have to say about it, we will tell them. But that choice is always made by them. They need to have decided that they believe in it, that they see a future in it, and that it's for them, and that they can take the risk. The problem is almost no one who starts can say those things. Everyone virtually starts at some bull run top, and this won't be different. It won't be. It's impossible to save them. All we can do is be here for them. We can practice or preach good things like DCA, investing slowly over time. We can preach things like taking steps to eliminate emotional responses or emotional trading. And we can do that by not using leverage or using less leverage or being less exposed or holding some kind of cash position to hedge. Those are really the only things we can do. I wish it were a different way, but I've seen this rodeo over and over and over again, and it always goes the same way. New people will enter at the worst time, and they'll be the bag holders. It's kind of like maybe it's just the initiation of Bitcoin, right? Maybe that's just how you have to do it. Nobody, and someone here will say, I did. I joined in the bear market. But for all purposes, no one starts in crypto or in Bitcoin at the bear market like bottom. Nobody. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. They join when it's euphoric and fun and exciting, and they feel like, if I don't get in on this, I'm an idiot, and everyone's going to make fun of me. Something like that. Is what it is. There we go. Cherry City Bulls did. Exactly. Get learned, not burnt. That's right. Get learned, not burnt. We have 1,000 viewers. Wow. I guess that's something to be hype about. Brendan, I'm done telling anyone to buy it. Bitcoin is polarizing. Haters can hate if you understand it. There you go, Brendan. You've achieved the next level of Zen in Bitcoin, man. You can't. I did it too. When I started in crypto, I was so excited. I was bursting with excitement. Like everyone I talked to was like, have you heard about this thing? And they basically looked like I was crazy. I think I got laid off from my previous job, my last job before streaming. I think I got laid off because I talked about Bitcoin too much. They sat me down in HR and were like, hey man, you're really into this thing. It's distracting. And in hindsight, maybe they were right. Because it was, like I said, the majority of the gains were in. It was mostly downside. Like, it is what it is. Just let people come at their own time. I love the saying, everyone buys Bitcoin at the price they deserve. Some of us, like the people here right now, I'll say we're smarter. Well, a little higher IQ, but I'll say maybe we're better at envisioning the future or looking forward past the present into what the future, what we see the environment shaping the future to be. From day zero for me, when I learned about Bitcoin, I thought there is no way this will become less part of the future. Not a chance. No matter what happens, there's no other outcome. Like, it may not be huge tomorrow. It may not ever be totally adopted by everyone. But from the day I started to today, that has only trended up. And back then when I started, it was a lot more questionable. Way more questionable. Way more questionable. Ooh, what's up, Truckin'? Subscribed. What up, my Chad? Dehurubo. BJ. I don't know if these are going to play. Rich Feeds Mega Ventures Online. We got a bunch of new subscribers. Keep them coming. If you're out there and you haven't subscribed, we got 1,000 people. There has to be new faces here, unsubscribed faces. There's only less than 15,000 spots left before 100K on our channel. Don't be late. If you're going to FOMO, just FOMO into the subscribe. There you go. Once they're gone, baby. TradingView site broken? Oh, I wonder. Wow, Scott Watson, thank you, man. So this is maybe a nice little thing to point out. It does up here, that Coinbase is down. You can see the countdown timer has vanished. This was a pretty volatile move. Volume was pretty high actually on this wick. Now we have no countdown timer. I would bet one Doge that Coinbase just went down. Wow, that's like one of the signs of the apocalypse. I kind of was enjoying it not moving though. Here we go. I was kind of enjoying the chill. Binance is still up. Let's take a look at Binance specifically. Got to reorg the chart. Fibs aren't as clean here. Weird. On Coinbase, that 382 is right there on that wick. Yeah, these don't line up as well. It still looks alright. Good catch, though, man. I probably would have sat there for way longer than I care to admit. Kind of being like, nice, Bitcoin's chilling. Nice. Nice. derp. I was getting too sucked into the rants. I love the rants. Hopefully you guys like the rants, too. We are back inside the channel. Ooh, that's a little gnarly. Zooming in. We fell below the channel. 5-minute little rejection here. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a little more downside. That retracement is nothing. Gets us nowhere. Gets us nowhere. Actually, let's add that back. 36.1. Let's open the trades from... Was this from yesterday's stream? How are these looking? These were from, what, yesterday? Yesterday we did have a banger. A banger of a trade. 35,450 right. 236. Boom. It took 30 minutes after it filled. We were live back here. Instant fill. But none of these did. Let's see. That was 35.5. So basically, if we want to keep this trend, we don't want to see a trade below that. Maybe even we could say 35.6. I don't know. I'm going to close that. Coinbase it's working now. Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it. At least not on TradingView. There's more than one market on TradingView though, or on Coinbase. I can't speak. There's more than one. So at least the data that they report to TradingView is not coming in. Coinbase, or goddamn it, Binance's is. Coinbase is not. That is pretty gnarly, isn't it? That is pretty gnarly. We've got 25 minutes, and for those tuning in now that didn't catch it earlier, basically looking for Bitcoin to close above 36, let's say 36.7 on this hourly close. So we got 25 minutes. Support below us. We've got 36.1, 35.5, and just about 35. Each of these are a Fibonacci retracement level. Typically, we look down here. I'm just basically redoing the content because Coinbase, I don't know, data's not working. This is typically where we look in the retracement. We typically look between 0.5 and 618. However, I kind of have this feeling if we do move down to those normal levels we look for, that we aren't moving to 48 quickly. I still think we're moving to 48. But that kind of takes us out of what I would expect for maybe the more exciting, like, kind of move. So I'm keeping a close eye here. We're about to look at some alts and stuff. Pump the stream, all you see is a huge red wick. Oh, pump stream, all you see is a huge red wick. Yeah, dude, it's clickbait. Are you new for YouTube? We're new at clickbaiting, so if it was bad, don't worry. If it wasn't good, it's our fault. Coinbase website is offline. Well, Coinbase is down. I mean, that's bull market freaking flashbacks for me, I'll tell you what. Let's tweet. Let's tweet it. Coinbase is down. It's a sign. It used to be. I don't really think it is right now. I don't really think it is. I don't think it's a sign. I think Coinbase just got overloaded. Maybe it's a good time to talk about that too. So if you've never experienced this, exchanges going down happen a lot, and specifically it happens on high volume, high volatility moves. This will happen again. And it is not because Coinbase or whatever is like grifting or something. I know it's like really easy to say that, but it's not. Here's what happens. Exchanges experience an average volume day to day. That volume, let's just represent as the number 1, right? 1. When an event like this happens, and millions, if not tens or hundreds of millions of orders execute virtually in the same minute, their traffic, here we go. Woohoo, we might rename this to dump. Their traffic goes from that 1 to like a 10,000, And there's no possible way that they could really have servers that could manage that. There's just like isn't a way. Ooh. Woo. Wow. 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 Here we go. Here we go. I don't know if I can look away from the corn, man. According to, is it down? Coinbase is down. It's down on TradingView. So for me, it's down. This is out Black Swan event. What's the Black Swan? This is exciting. Glad to see the exchange is so bullish long term. What's up, JT? Jesus. What's up, Mono L? Droop. We're going down. Bye bye. It's because they can't manage their IT scaling. It's from my like years and experience and observation. It is just the volume, like the highest end of volume and transactions at the exact same time is like magnitudes and magnitudes larger than the average that they experience. And so in order to be able to cover that, they would have to have like 10,000 times the infrastructure. They just like wouldn't make sense. So here's what you can do. This rant had a point. Here's what you can do. When exchanges go down, if you use limit buy and sell orders and you have them set, you don't need to worry about them going down. If you have stop losses set, or you need to market sell or market buy, not going to happen. Just not going to happen. That's why I'm a big fan of market or limit buy and sell orders, because no matter what happens with price, you're getting filled. Even if you can't access the terminal, even if you can't log into Coinbase, if you have a limit sell, if you had it set right here at 38,000, right? And Coinbase went down right here, at least the front end. If price went to 38K, if traded at 38K on Coinbase, you're sell filled, no matter what. If you had a stop loss at 38K, it almost certainly wouldn't trigger. Or you might get crazy slippage. I don't know if I trust this wick yet. One minute is droopy still. I don't know. This is hard to ignore. It's all just money. Money flow is green. Momentum is like down here. But it's pinching. You got a little green dot. Getting some kind of reversal. 15-minute VWAP's coming up now. Momentum is below 0 for the first time since the 8th. And you do have a lower low on VWAP, which is not what we want to see. However, here's what I'm looking for on the 15. Right here. Our low in money flow to a new high. We are right there. If this moves down, meaning, let's see where we are on this 15. 35,989. If this goes down, let's say 35.5, or even in the next 15-minute candle, we see lower trading and close. Probably getting a rolling over signal, meaning money flow will make a lower low. And while it might not do this, it's very probable to see some kind of lower high rolling over, which leads to selling pressure. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Well, let's find, we got to do a little repair on this chart. I'm just going to take it from here. Let's see how that looks. No. I'm missing something. Hold up. Daily, we're good. Wow, that wick. Thank God there's still 7 hours. 8 hours. If this candle closes red, that will be pretty gnarly. I'm not going to lie. That will be pretty rough. Weekly, nothing. Month, nothing. I'm looking for a fair value gap somewhere. We have an order block at that almost exactly. Yeah, right there, 35.4. You know, that's probably the best. This is probably the best place to look. Something like this. Just below 35.5. We can get to double dip our chip maybe. We have a 12-hour order block right here in between the 0.5 and 618. That's likely to provide some strong support. At this point, actually, maybe we could play it like this. Daily open has not. We have a wick down there, but it hasn't been actually filled yet. I've been known to take some trades from those. Let's see. I'm not convinced by you, green candle. You can't fool me. That gives us a 3-to-1. Cool. 786. Interesting. Interesting. Let's make this visible. Watch it just swerve that entry now. I mean, I won't be mad. I won't be mad. But I can see that happening. Too early. Too early for the bounce. Bitcoin dropping a massive deuce. 800 votes. Dude, I'm blown away. Last stream. Ooh, do I see a Frankie the Candles? My guy. Frankie. Frankie Candles. You guys know Frankie Candles? Great dude. Love this guy. This guy teaches the good stuff too. There's not many of us out there. You guys should subscribe to him. Give him a subscribe. Check him out. He streams later than us, so it's never a conflict. It's perfect. It's perfect. How you feeling, Frankie? How you feeling, brother? We'll have to have you on the show sometime. Much, much love. Well, I've been dropping into other people's streams lately, so it's nice to see people drop in here. High energy, man. I used to be. Maybe it'll come back, but for now, I don't know. Bro said bull market and it's tanking. Yep. Ah, dude. Guys, I'm going to admit it, guys. Just because we were bullish from down here doesn't mean I'm not wrong right here. I'm wrong. Like, I admit it. It's over. It's over. Ignore all of this. And there you go. There's the margin by which I am wrong. It's okay. I'm not afraid to be wrong, guys. Gotta be wrong. Gotta be wrong to be right. If you're not wrong, and sometimes you're right, you're not really right. You're just guessing. You're just guessing. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Double dip. 15-minute order blocks. Zigzag, let me check. Here, yeah. If we got sniped, probably did. Wonder if Coinbase is back up. Is it still not back up? 23, it's now 44. Coinbase still down. Interesting that we're getting the low wick and that, why did that go away? Getting the low wick and then like a green candle while Coinbase is down. Coinbase price still frozen right here at 36.6. Bitcoin trade down to 35.7. And now it's back to 36.3. Let me check out. Let's check out what just got liquidated. How's the volume on the music, by the way? Isn't that spicy? We looked at these liquidations at 35. They're still not tapped. It's weird. What about funding, though? Has funding gotten a little better? Funding came down a little bit on that sell-off. Not like what I had hoped, though. Not what I'd hoped. I was thinking a little more. It'd be rather nice. Not gonna lie, you hate to see this. Looking at our super chart data, our open interest dumping on this candle. That's not good. We want to see this candle accompanied with high open interest. We do see pretty large short liquidations, 125 million, pretty big. Hopefully, what we want to see is this CVD hit a new high. It is trended up a little bit here with the move. That's good, but you wanted to see a higher high here. What I can infer from this, with CVD only up a little bit, open interest down, and shorts liquidating, is that this is pretty likely a short squeeze. This is likely the result of shorts kind of cascade liquidating. We can tell because the total amount of perpetual positions is going down. Lots of shorts just closed. Price went up. And CVD not hitting a higher high there. So this does not look spot driven. Not at the moment. This looked spot driven. That's why this was so exciting. CVD trended up with price. But then settled back down as we kind of kept moving up. That's not great. In general, short squeezes are not long-lived. They are not sustainable in general. Hopefully you see spot buyers come on in. Coinbase sign online. Coinbase online? Is it online? I can't tell. I don't think so yet. At least, so guys, there's the Coinbase Exchange server, then there's the Coinbase login server, then there's probably a Coinbase UI server, and then on top of all that, there's Coinbase API. So like Coinbase sending its data to TradingView to create these candles. So all of them could be up, but API could be down. Or API could be up, but exchange is down. And either way, you'll end up getting this. So Coinbase is effectively down for traders right now, at least in my opinion, the way I see it. Altcoins are dumped. Yeah, you don't need to time people out or anything. Although he was just spamming altcoins are dumped. I mean, number went down. True. Let's take a look at some coins while we wait. I'm going to set really tight alerts on Bitcoin. We're going to come back. I don't like it. Doesn't really... It's not what this fib isn't what I want it to be. Makes me think that maybe it's not done. We'll see. Let's look at Ethereum because Ethereum made some moves. Ethereum making moves, fam. Not bad. Not bad. Solid trade. Easy take there. Ethereum reaching up past. Looks like July's high. May's high. Still below April's high. Fun little reminder here. This is where the Ethereum Foundation moved a bunch of Ethereum to Coinbase and sold it. This is why I like coins without foundations. Ethereum does look pretty prime for 2100 though. It does look pretty prime. Let's be realistic. We've been looking for this for a long time. I guess we actually got it before. But we have our lows coming up. We have tapped into this, let's call it 2000 to 2100 resistance right here. Right there. We've tapped it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times now with higher lows. That's pretty bullish. That's pretty bully. Exciting part for Ethereum is above 2100. There's not much there. 2100 is a very serious, strong resistance. A lot of profit taking going on. However, getting above 2100, I mean, even to the next fib, you've got 2500. The next monthly resistance, you'd likely look 26, 27. But the real resistance, this right here that we're at on Ethereum, is this is real resistance. This is meh. This is not, in my opinion, likely to be very strong. But the real resistance is going to sit up here at like 3,400. So a break of 21 could lead to some very spicy price action. Very quickly. Set your alerts for 2100 on Ethereum for sure. It was looking like it was gunning for it earlier. These candles are shaping up though. Like that hourly. We had a solid hourly close. And then everything dumped, bearish engulfed on the hours. Look at Ethereum. It's already rejected that bearish engulf. Daily still very strong. Very strong. Potentially, if we do see a breakout, even say 2500, a pullback to 2100 might happen. Might be a better entry than right here, even though it's currently at 2000. Because you could see this come down. There's nothing stopping it from coming down again, making another higher low. Potentially tapping 1770 again, but I wouldn't. That's kind of like the entry that if it came, I wouldn't want it. Because at that point, it's support, but if you retrace that much, you're probably not trending in the same way. So you don't want to be in the short-term trade, per se. Let's take a look at ADA. ADA reached up to 38. I'm still looking for 41. I mean, it is what it is. Still looking for 41. Entry potential, 35 cents. 31 cents is where I would personally feel comfortable, not at 35. I would like to see a tap of 41 first, down to 31. Be a beautiful retracement. Beautiful entry. ADA is looking great, though. Our biggest issue was right here, July's high. 37 cents wasn't broken until literally today. Now it has. This is shaping up, looking very good. XRP, riggedy wrecked. We put all of, this is a great lesson. I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. All of the trades that we put at market price yesterday got wrecked. And when I say all, I mean two. Two of them. XRP, we had a really tight stop, wrecked. We did look, as we always do, we always put the better, in my opinion, or patient trades at 61.8. This wick came down to 62. Dang. That was looking really strong, too. That's really unusual. You had this is on low time frame, so we should know better. But you had a really flat top, and you had your lows coming up. You had such a beautiful pump pattern there. Hit a higher high and just crap down. This is why I don't typically trade XRP. Nothing really else outside of it, not the whatever. not because it's not my favorite coin, but it just seems to do this. I just can't name a chart that it is more kind of unpredictable in the sense of has such a great setup and then just kind of blue balls you. Just kind of blue balls you. But XRP is certainly still looking good. Let me look at a higher time frame. Really nothing to be worried about. Although I do have a little kind of PTSD vibes right here on the day with that little order block. Because I think if we look at the weekly, yep. Because if we look at the weekly, it looks a lot like this. There you go. Yeah, I knew I was right. Like I knew I wasn't just like having a stroke there. Fall order block fall. That's on the week. This is on the day. Fall order block fall. Really, really want to see it catch at 61.8. Catch at 61.8. Then you're looking for that full 74, 75. Potentially 80, 85. I don't know. I mean, logically 93, the high would be where you would target. But the market got really overheated here. And I don't know if it has enough. I don't know if it has enough juice yet. Unless we see the rest of the market continue moving. XRP looking good. Looking for 61.8 cents. Whoever's looking at our Fox, you got a nice day. Good for you. Wow. This one was at market price. Never mind. 3 for 3. Every single trade, guys. Great learning lesson. Every single trade yesterday that we put at market price got stopped out. Wow, Doge. Really would like to see Doge above 7.2 cents. That would be nice. Grayscale ETF approved first. I don't know. Who cares? Guys, what does it matter? What gets approved? Like, what ETF gets approved first? Or, like, what's it matter? They're coming. They're inevitable. Whether it's BlackRock or Grayscale or Fidelity, like, who cares, right? It's just not really important. It's not as if you guys are going to be buying them. Probably. I mean, I wouldn't. Doesn't really make sense. Something you might not know is Bitcoin ETFs have management fees. And I saw a vesting schedule of those fees, and I believe it's over a 30-year time period. Those fees are equal to about half the position. So if you held Bitcoin for 30 years in an ETF, let's say you had one Bitcoin when you started, and you didn't add to it, which isn't really logical, but you didn't add anymore. In 30 years, I think this was for BlackRock, you would have like 0.55. ETFs are not really for us. If you have the ability to buy spot Bitcoin, it is a much better idea than an ETF. An ETF is for very specific money. Very specific money, very specific on-ramps. It's not for us. It's for like retirement plans and shit. I was hoping Doge would look a little spicier. STORJ. Wow. I'm kind of bullish on that. I wish we would have put a long there. STORJ hit 85 cents yesterday in this hourly candle. Back tested it, fell back to the previous resistance, testing it as support, and wicked back up. That is a hella strong candle, actually. Wow. I wasn't as hyped about this yesterday, but that's pretty spicy. Right up there to the measured move. Wow. STORJ. Could still see a re-entry potentially at like 50 cents, though. 60 cents. Certainly not personally gonna look to long anything after they have a 50% candle and still a 17% candle. But that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna set an alert again. It is approved. One sec, guys. I don't want to stop the show. I'll pull up Solana. Where is Solana? I don't want to stop the show, fam, but is this real life? Was it actually approved? Look at that. Where's my little trolley icon here? I don't know. I was looking for the dart. Let's just do that. Ba-dang. All right, let me look. So, can anyone else confirm what source do we have? I'm gonna just look at the SEC. At their Twitter, let's see. They've been pretty active. I don't see anything. They haven't tweeted since the 2nd. Let's look on Google. 20 hours ago, I see SEC said to open talks. 2 hours ago, BlackRock ETF custodian Coinbase recruits Super Council. I don't think it was, brother. I think you might be falling for the FOMO FUD news cycle. I see 40 minutes ago, hits high among ETF optimism. SEC said to open talks. Yeah. Not seeing it. Chat, can we crowdsource this? Can we put our heads together? Why? Stop it. Stop it, YouTube. Nothing on ETF. I wish. I wish. Here's the thing, guys. We don't need to wish. We don't need to bounce in anticipation. It's coming. It does. It's coming. Like what? Whether it's today or tomorrow. I keep saying this. What does it matter? It's coming. Bitcoin, crypto. Like if you don't see this space as a long-term view, if you see it as a short-term get-rich-quick scheme, I see why maybe you'd be like anxiously checking every minute to see if it's approved. But I'll tell you right now, don't matter how quickly you find that information, you're not going to be the first to know. It's not going to be relevant for you. And with that short-term view, yeah, you're not going to make it, fam. You're not going to make it. That short got wrecked a long time ago. Yeah. You want to look at Solana? Here's Solana. Solana hit resistance. Finally. Had a nice rally the other day, but didn't quite come to our 48.52 target. There it is. There it is. Wow, that looks so strong. I was very much of the opinion that I was going to retrace after that. Still might. But this looks so good, dude. This daily money flow, momentum, RSI, like this all looks so primed. This is a nice little wick. Like, so these wicks, we even see people coming in like, hey, the stream says pump and it went down. I'm so smart. Yeah, buddy, you are. We're even seeing those people come in. So something like this is why I was waiting to really make any comment until the hourly closed. We look for these. However, what we want is to see this settle up really quickly back to where it fell from. In a bull market, in a bull trend in crypto, this is very common. The problem is right now, we're not like, I don't even say 100% confirmed because there's no such thing. We're not in price discovery. So we're not in like the typical bull market area. And so those wicks also can just wreck longs, right? That could just be where it dumps from. You never know. You don't know. But if we are bullish, expect this kind of thing. This isn't even a big move, is it? 14%, that's pretty big. That's pretty big, but it's not crazy. In crypto, like a 50% wick has happened on things. Pretty regularly 30, 40%ers. Like, you want to see them bought back up, which unfortunately I don't think we've really seen yet. The new hour just started. Let's switch over to Bitcoin. There we go. Coinbase is on the struggle bus, it seems. Look at Coinbase. On the struggle bus today. Definitely haven't seen the energy I wanted to see off that low. Definitely not. The hourly just closed, though. Let's reevaluate. Okay, we have 3 hours on the 4. Closing the 4 hour. Would love to see it above 37.1 before that 4 hour closes. Would love it. I'm not really convinced here. You have, like, right here we place this long position. You have the daily open, obviously your 12-hour open, many other time frames. A little fair value gap here. We came really, really close. I'm kind of still thinking we see this. Kind of still thinking we see that. Look at that. Would you look at it? Change your stream. Nothing burger Bitcoin. Yeah. 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 Yeah, bullish guy. I'm not even making fun of you. I'm just making fun of people. It's just funny, man. It's just funny. Point to me on the chart Where did the bears touch you on this chart? Where did they touch you? This is where the year started. At what point since this year started has it been bearish? And then right here, at what point isn't it rallying? Just take a second. At what point? There's a wick. Yep. You might be right. You might be right. You might be right. Maybe the high's in. Now it's going to go to zero, right? Maybe you're right, bears. But you've been saying that. And it hasn't done anything bearish. I don't know. I don't know, man. You're welcome to be bears. I don't hate bears. I got nothing against them, man. I've been in this space too long to give a shit about what anyone else thinks price is going to do or wants to do. It does not impact my trades. It doesn't impact the future. We need bears and bulls. Markets need buyers and sellers. You can't just have one side. Markets don't work that way. If you have no one selling, you have nothing to buy. And if you have no one buying, you have no one to sell it to. You need both sides. It's yin and yang, baby. Yin and yang. Let's look at some more coins. I'm going to get back on the chat in a minute, too. Coinbase gapping up. Selling off from the gap up. Kind of expected. Pay attention. Something I've noticed is Bitcoin has been making moves just like if the hours before U.S. markets open in the East. And then at 9:30, they kind of just cut it. It's just like no longer doing that. And so when I went live, I was like, I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. Let's see. Right here was market open. So we did get a tiny little move in the first half an hour and then dump. And we've seen this happen a lot. Like a lot. Coinbase, that's a nice gap. You broke past resistance, looking for 111. That'd be juicy. MicroStrategy is really the exciting one. What's up, Kelly M? I see you subscribed. I missed a lot of subscribers, apparently. Keep subscribing. You guys are doing a great job. MicroStrategy broke 486. Trading at the highest level since January of 22. Almost all the way back to 21. 513. I tweeted about this literally yesterday saying MicroStrategy is 750. Here we go, baby. 750 would be the next upside target in my TA. MicroStrategy. I said this yesterday. Maybe I should keep saying it. I am a little worried. So we're seeing the kind of alternate ETFs rally, meaning you can even say Coinbase in a way is kind of like an alternate unofficial ETF. MicroStrategy, Grayscale, those are definitely alternative ETFs. MicroStrategy's value is basically just the Bitcoin it holds. Grayscale, literally a Bitcoin trust, trying to be an ETF. I'm a little concerned for them. This can extend out to Bitcoin mining companies, publicly traded ones. This could extend out maybe even to the existing ETFs out there in other countries. But when a US ETF is approved, I do not think it will be good for the price of all of the kind of pseudo ETFs. So I think specifically Bitcoin miners that are publicly traded, I think that they've been used as a proxy for an ETF for a while. And when an ETF is approved, there's a decent chance that they start dumping. I don't know what kind of market impact that'll have. Look at this volume on MicroStrategy. I don't know what kind of impact that'll have. It may be a nothing burger. Lots of things are. But it's just a thought on my mind. GRT long filled, baby. Let's clean this up a little bit. GRT long filled, nice. Traded to 1650. We were looking for 1284. Not stopped out yet. Nice. Another potential long, looking at 10 cents if this fails. But that's looking pretty good right now. I'm gonna add another alert. Adding another alert, fam. Gala did push past resistance. I kind of like this candle too. This is wild. Wow, look at Gala. That's a 10% close down. Gala moved 30% down. All right, there we go. Going back to what I was saying. In crypto, a $3,000 move on Bitcoin right now isn't even 10%. A 10% drop in Bitcoin is like barely a drop at all. In crypto, we see things like this. This is 29% in 1 hour. These are the crazy pullbacks that when they happen, if we want to stay bullish, what we want to see is price come back very quickly. This bottom wick is definitely showing buyers stepped in, but I want to see this move back to 2.5 cents quickly. And it's interesting. We've looked at a few of these charts and maybe you've noticed. So Gala right here, where is it? It's at the next upside resistance. Where's Solana? Where's Solana? Where did Solana drop? Upside resistance. This is why when we were talking about these yesterday and the days before, let's say we're trading here and saying, yeah, I really think Link is going to hit $48. So they're at 43 right now. But going long here is just a bad idea statistically. Now, I didn't know this was going to happen. And I've been saying that about every chart, not just Solana. But we didn't know this would happen. But imagine if you did. You didn't hit your take profit and you just got liquidated or stopped out. It is always smarter, in my opinion, when approaching a resistance or a support to trade against it. You don't have to take a trade every time a coin hits resistance or support. You shouldn't. That's way over trading. But if you're sitting here and we don't know that this has happened yet, we have this data, we're at like 43, what do? We don't really or usually look to take a long just to that resistance. We would look for that resistance to hit, and we could then, if we thought it's the right move, to take a short with a calculated stop and risk to reward. And by the way, I forgot to shout them out. Femex, our sponsor. Shout out to Femex. The beautiful Kai Wonderland was here. She's my future ex-wife and the best damn exchange associate I've ever had. Love you, Kai. I don't think you're still here. I love that you tuned in, though. We're going to see more of this. If we are truly trending up, we're going to see more of this. Look back at Bitcoin's history, man. This one was actually a little tame. 2020 into 21, a little tame, but you do get big drops. 21%, 10%, 16%, 31%, 25%. It goes on. That was a kind of calmer rally. If we go back to, I guess we can't, but if we go back to the previous bull run before that, 16, 17, you'll see big, wild retracements. I think that the days of those being quite so volatile is over. I think there's a lot more liquidity now. But don't count it out. Don't count it out as impossible. T-Fuel did move past the high, but I'm not interested in T-Fuel yet. Theta moving to $1 like we discussed yesterday. Looking good. Looking solid. Just below $1.98, 98.2. Might look to take some profit there. ARB. It was so close. ARB long filled. Let's go. I love that. When you place trades farther down and they kind of just eventually fill and you don't even notice. ARB filled at $1. Was trading at 115. Wick to $1. Looking for $1.17. If you actually got this position though, that's a very good position, especially if we don't continue to trend down towards it. If we trend back to resistance, I'd probably hold that position much higher, maybe like $1.38 or higher. That's already up 8%. Nice. Verge, XVG, Abhin, XVG. No one. Who thinks about XVG anymore? XRP, BTC. Bitcoin's not moving. We did a little bit of XRP earlier. Verge isn't doing anything. What do you mean, Verge? This is a really old coin. 2017 that pretty much wrecked everybody that touched it. Hasn't really moved. Verge, that was not exciting. You're still saying XVG. It's literally pulled up, my friend. Abhin. See, it's annoying, dude. Verge is in front of you. Chill. Ethereum, Bitcoin bouncing. This is really messy chart. Let's see. Nice. Cool. Yeah. Ethereum, Bitcoin bouncing and bouncing meaningfully. We were looking for 0.55 and 0.55 at this point is still in play as resistance. If Ethereum BTC keeps rallying, we'll consider that resistance broken. But we were looking for a hit to 0.55. Unfortunately, we're looking for it to trade lower afterwards. Hopefully not the case. Ethereum reclaiming some major moving averages there against Bitcoin. That 4 hour is explosive. 1 hour a little crappy though. It's weird. 1 hour looks bad on market cipher B. I guess it's rolling over slowly, but look at that rally and it still looks like crap. That's funny. Wow. That is pretty though, fam. here's kind of how I imagine it, especially if we see this continue, because we have to adapt as we do. Let's see. Hold up. Yeah, FBTC is running. That's running and gunning. I want to tweet about that. A while ago, I said FBTC looks like it's finally ready to bounce. That was a while ago, though. I don't think it went much lower. It just took forever. Let's tweet it. Let's just tweet that. All caps. All caps, baby. Always all caps. Whenever we stream tweet live, always all caps. You want to see my PNL? Do I need to prove myself to you, Ghost Rider, with a Binance logo? Fortunately for you, I don't ever mind flexing. Don't worry. Don't worry. Should we show him, chat? Here's a few. Hopefully you can see them. There's a few PNLs for you, bro. Now you got to show us your PNL and your PNL. PNL. Almost went the wrong way with that. I'm just like pulling up more exchanges. Hold up. Pulling up more trades. Yeah, that's not the best one. Here we go. There's a few more. There's a few more for you. There you are. That's 56 plus 25. That's a little 8 ski minus 200. Still like 8. Little 8. Then we got 3. So that's 12-ish. Plus 5, 17. Plus 42, 17. Plus 260, still 17. There you go. There's some P&Ls. Show us yours. Show us your receipts, bro. I like when people are like, show your P&L or whatever. It's like, dude, I live stream all of my stuff all the time. I got all the receipts. You can literally see my brain, the gears moving as I create these on live streams, and they're time-stamped and dated and in front of a live audience. I am not afraid to show. Not afraid to show. Illivium, ILV, did not fully hit $100. Yikes. Hit 96, swerved our short. Now, I did have this put here earlier. I still think that this is not the worst play. Still think that. But this is definitely a hit of resistance there, even though it didn't get to 100. Support at 75, potentially. This entry was closer to 70, and maybe more intelligently at 66. Daily order block right there. Right at previous resistance. God, everything. The problem is this. When everything has moved up like this for just like, I don't know, 10 days, all of our oscillators, all of our indicators are just going to be pointing straight up, especially after like, you know, 2 years of being just ground into the dirt. Oscillators are relative, meaning when they show us momentum is increasing, they're saying it's increasing versus the previous candles it's comparing them to. So when we have a long string of red or green, indicators, for the most part, just get smashed to the bottom or smashed to the top, and they're not as valuable. They're not as useful. Everything looks so solid, like VWAP up, money flow up, momentum up. But I'm skeptical to trust them because looking at what happened, 150% over not even 28 days, over 20 days. Of course they're at the top. Of course they look good. There's no reason that an oscillator would look bad there. That would just mean it's a weird oscillator. All right, here we go. Another one. Another altcoin. Look at exactly where. How many is this now? How many altcoins pushed up to these resistances, tapped them, and then had this sell off at the exact same time? It's profit taking at resistance. This is why we always look to profit take at resistance or open at resistance, vice versa for shorts on support. It's never guaranteed to happen, but look at the precision of these. MATIC right there, 85 cents. Yeah, close some of these. Sol, 48.52, hit 48.88. What other ones do we have? ILV. ILV doesn't really count. Ooh. Caspa. Forgot about Cas. Don't forget about Caspa. Don't forget. Actually, really quick, who's here? Crypto Capital Venture donated $10. You want to see Cardano? We didn't look at Cardano, but we'll look at it again, just for you. Kelly M subscribed. Frankie Candles with that $50 super chat. What a Chad. Syed Mihid Mausavi. What's up, man? iPotato. Trent S. Truckin. Derhubo. BJ. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time. Less than 15,000. Less than 15,000 slots available in the under 10,000 or under 100,000 Tom Crown YouTube channel club. Very exclusive. Once we get 100,000, it's closed forever. No more memberships. Just do it because it's fun. Help us get to 100K. Anyway, Caspa, not at 9.5 cents, so riggedy wrecked on my part. 9.28. 9.28. You're looking for more upside. I was looking for 9.5 yesterday. Didn't happen. There you go. Example of me not being right all the time. That looks good. The issue we talked about yesterday, you guys know I'm down with Casper, but the issue we talked about is this. You broke your all-time high. You went into price exploration. And you went all the way almost to 9.5 cents. But the only support, the only efficient price action you have is right here. A daily order block. That's at 6.5 cents-ish. You don't really have support in any of this above you. You might be able to say there's like maybe some kind of 6.8 or something. Yesterday's open. But as you get these big reaches up, if those reaches aren't efficient price movement, that would look something like that. They're very likely to retrace, whether it's now or even years from now. You're likely to see those prices trade again whenever price is inefficient. So looking for an entry on CASP, I'd probably be looking at 6.5 cents. Probably be looking here. I guess my issue would be, though, where would I put my stop? The stop is the hard part here. Even up to 9.5 cents with our stop here at the literal worst place I would say to ever put a stop loss. 5.3 cents, that'd be terrible. This is going to be hard to engineer. So I think probably would take this with a very tight stop loss. Let's throw up our fib. Tight stop. I don't know if I want to target that. You can get a 3 just going back to 7.7. I'll just leave it there. God, everything is just so beast. This is what I wasn't hoping for. I'm assuming Bitcoin looks very similar. Hoping we don't get this. I was hoping the last hourly candle would settle up green, that we'd see price return to where it dumped quickly. Doesn't look like that's the case today. Although Bitcoin not as exaggerated here. Not as exaggerated. Low hasn't broken. Potentially a little upside here. Let's see. No. I don't like that momentum. $30 trending up. Huh. This is going to be hard. This is a knife. A knife. I think there could be an entry still right here. I'm not going to take that trade today. I'm not going to take it. Let's start a new poll. I'm going to read the chat now, but let me start a new poll. Let's make a poll to entertain the bears. 54% of us nice. Think 48K first. It's actually come down since yesterday. I guess this red candle messed us up. Nice. Good. We want fear on red candles if we're going up. Is the yearly Bitcoin top in? Yes. Beartown. Wah. No. Let's go. All right, let's see. Let's see. What percent of us think that 38K is the top here? Probably crabbed down for 2 days, probably. Probably. That's what we would expect based on what we've seen all year. What I'm kind of mulling around about is we've been looking for the same thing since this year started, right? We might have to adjust it a little bit, but we've been looking for the exact same move since the beginning of the year. And even I want to say we were looking for this last year. I will admit, I was thinking we'd see 48K by like May. I was very wrong. But I did say this year. It's still this year. We're running out of time, but still this year. We've been looking for this move. Unfortunately, I also then was looking for this move. It doesn't have to be a 50% retracement. But here's kind of what I'm banking on. Actually, that wouldn't be bad. Kind of banking on it. Since we've seen the break of this channel of this high, I am looking for 48K. But if we're going to move to 48K this year, it's going to have to happen pretty specifically. And that's going to be with very little pullback or pause. And much quicker than you'd expect. Like too quick. And my game theory on this is that if we do push up to 48K, that will be the point where we see bears turn bullish. We'll see sidelined capital from the end of the year, beginning of this year, even profit taking on the way up. Re-enter at 48K. Euphoria explodes. Your friends start calling you. Maybe it even touches 50 because that news article, can't you already see it? Bitcoin blasts past 50K. And like by the time you read it, Bitcoin's at like 40K or something. Liquidity engineered at 48K. Some kind of retracement. The bears that bought in said, oh no, I knew I was right. Short it to zero. They short it. And then it eventually, inevitably, continues its rally back, right? Something like that. It's not going to look like this. It's not going to look like one move like this or anything. But this is really just like the kind of plan in my head. Doesn't mean this is going to happen. I believed 48K would happen all year, but I didn't know. I don't know still. This is what I'm kind of prepping for. And what I'm doing is I'm not putting all my money on exactly that happening. But what I'm doing is as price is advancing and maturing as the candles pass, I'm looking for invalidation of it. If I find invalidation of it, I'm going to throw that out. I'm going to find a new plan. But until that's invalidated, I'm not. That's why I have longs open from here. From here. I think I have one from like here somewhere as well. I don't think I got 19.5. Did I get 19.5, guys? Do you remember? I might have missed 19.5. But I've opened and kept these longs open because I plan on closing them at 48. Now, I would love for price to explode past 48 and just go to the moon. Maybe it'll go up so fast that it goes backwards in time or something and into infinity. Like, you know, whatever it is you're imagining. I would love for that to happen. And it could. There's nothing that guarantees any of this will happen. But basically, I open these positions expecting to close at 48K. That's what I'm going to do. If it keeps going, I'm going to be happy. I made a bunch of money. I didn't sell my spot. I still have my spot position. And then if price goes back down, I don't care. I've already taken some profit. Still have my spot position. If it goes up, I'm even happier because I just have my entire net worth rally with it. If it goes down, I can look to re-enter or buy or whatever. Probably just keep that cash, honestly, go on vacation. That's my plan. And so that plan has a lot of like little details. And a lot of those little details are people need to start asking when the pullback is coming. And after that, not get a pullback, but get a responsive, incredibly powerful upside move that convinces them they have to pull the trigger in like an emotional state. There's a lot of kind of vague pieces of this puzzle that I'm trying to examine. Bitcoin has not moved. Wow. It's like exceptionally unvolatile since that fall. 1 minute's rolling over. 5 minute actually just went kind of crappy, but VWAP is at 0 and we are starting to see this kind of pattern. I could see that happening. 30 minutes still looks strong. Oh no. What I was saying earlier, 15 minute did start giving us the rollover signal. It did. We broke a low. This low breaking will definitely confirm it. But for the moment, I guess I'm still looking for that. 30 minute also broke its low. Yeah, this might take longer. This might take longer than I expected. That's okay. It's okay. I was honestly thinking we might just run to 48K though. We will eventually. Today, tomorrow, next year, whatever. Whenever. You're lying, bro. What am I lying about? Look at all. Do you guys notice all the salty haters today? How many people have come in and said similar stuff? It's okay, Grandpa Rock. We'll be here. This channel will be here. This community will be here. We won't hold it against you. It's an emotional time. It's an emotional time. I wonder what I'm lying about, though. Check out Altura, up 800%. What's the market cap, Chris? Is it like 1 million? I love you too, Dr. Crypto. I love all of you. What's up, Donato and Daniel? Let's go, baby. That's right, Tito. That's right, baby. 12K, Grandpa Rock. Well, there's someone who's sidelined waiting for lower. Grandpa Rock, could you do us a favor, though? When you do buy in, could you tell us? Could you come back and be like, I bought in? Whether that's at 12K, lower, or 48K, just let us know. Please. What's up, Michael K? You had to run 15 minutes back now. What up, man? Hope you didn't cover Seagull coin yet. Michael K. Are you a bot, dude? What do you mean? Covered coin, like Seagull coin. No one's ever heard of that. What do you mean I didn't cover it yet? You're talking as if we like talked about this before. I don't know. Ooh, Pickle gifting out some memberships. Pickle, you didn't have to do that. Congrats to C. Burr, Daniel Lehman, Faden Tradfi, Randy Abgett, and John Foster Crypto. Couldn't happen to better dudes. Crypto Capital Venture. I don't know if you're still here. My bad, dude. We did talk about ADA. I don't have many extra thoughts on it. If you're still here, let me know. I'll do it again. What's up, Hasbeat Bahat? Subscribe, Bob McMullen, Sturknock, Virato Quintella. A lot of subscribers coming in, lots of new people. I love it. If you're new, let us know. Let us welcome you. Let us welcome you. VWAP's at 36.8. Which VWAP? Dude, they're so salty. They're so salty. It's just part of the cycle, though. Like, that's why I don't ever get mad at the people. Like, it's just part of it. If it wasn't them, it'd be someone else. It's just like emotions being personified. You love the squigglies. Did you hear about the 3 huge Bitcoin buys that were made? I did not. I think it was driving factor here. Looked like BlackRock. They did say they were seeding. You know, I have some bear fuel. Some bear fuel for you guys. The U.S. government sold, I think, 1/4 of its Bitcoin holding seeds from the Silk Road earlier this year. And they did say that they would sell the remaining 3 lots or whatever of it this year. And to my knowledge, they have not made any other sells. So what are the logical things that could happen here? They're going to sell them all in the last quarter? That seems honestly a little market manipulating and illegal. So I'm not sure about that one. Maybe they'll say they'll do it next year. That's possible. Or maybe they decided to not do it. Have we heard any updates about that? I haven't. Haven't heard any. Kind of confused. What's up, One with Nature? Crypto and Nautic. How you doing, Angel? You love squiggly lines. I love squiggly lines, man. Chris Undertaker, 35 million. Yeah, dude. A $35 million market cap pumping 800% is irrelevant. I'm glad you're excited and looking at stuff. Props to you for that. Keeping your eyes open. That's good. Problem is, in crypto, 35 million market cap is nothing. And even if it goes 800%, if you have any amount of that and you look to sell it, you ain't going to be able to sell it. Like, you'll sell it and you'll have like maybe maybe higher than 50% slippage or something. Like, there isn't the liquidity to cash out. That's why microcaps have like kind of an unseen danger. It's not that you can't ever play them. But the problem is, just because something went up 1,000% doesn't mean you are able to sell at that 1,000%. That 1,000% could happen on very low volume. There could be, I mean, almost certainly there's not a lot of organic buying. Liquidity. There's been times where I've bought coins, been up a lot, went to sell them, and it's like, if you sell these, you're like, you will tank it. And I didn't even have lots of it, but like, you tank it to the point where it's like not worth it to sell it. Just be careful. It's kind of like one of those not really spoken about things. People see 800% and think, oh, if I put in $1 million, I'd have $8 million now. Like, no, dude, you'd never get $7 million out of that. You'd get like maybe like 10K or something. It's dangerous. Ryan Bull, you give me hope that smoking and trading are a possible combination. They are, but I will say, Ryan, typically I trade and then as a reward, after we get 420 likes, then I go blaze. Typically in that order. What's up, Yazan? Yahash. Also subscribing. Love it. Love it. Love you guys. We've only been live an hour and a half, guys. We still have 1,000 viewers. I love it. What a good day. I like this sell-off, honestly, because if it hadn't just ripped up while we started, I wouldn't be able to focus on anything, and I would just be like staring at the chart. I like this. It's giving us a breather. It's giving people a minute to decide what they want to do. I like that. I'm going to close more of these. Coinbase, scout it. MicroStrategy, put another alert. GRT, money in the bank. I'll replace Gala. Crow doesn't really seem like much happened with Crow here. Still at 8 cents. Didn't trade higher today. Nor did it trade lower than yesterday. That looks a little retracey though. I'm not gonna lie, Crow looks a little retracey. Not doomy, but I don't know, maybe looking for 6 cents, 5 cents, something. Closing theta. Near. We looked at this yesterday and people were saying Near looks good, and I said, honestly, I have a problem. So Near painted a flag, broke up, but that breakout got sold off and you fell back below the flag. And when we looked at it, you were basically right back here. And I said, what I don't like is we've seen a little bit of a rally, but it's basically struggling at where that flag was now. And look what happened. Of course, I didn't know this would happen. But boom, sliced down. That's probably a bigger fall than most. Let's see. I'm not even going to check. Doesn't mean this is doomed or something, but just an interesting tidbit. A little interesting observation. What could be done on Near, though? $1.26. I don't know where in the hell you'd put a stop, but you might be able to play $1.26 up to $1.50. Something like this. If you're more bullish on it, maybe look for $1.75. Didn't quite hit that number. 0.5's right there. 618. Yeah, I kind of like that trade. I don't know if I'll take it, but I kind of like that. Remember yesterday when everything was going up and people were like, should I enter now? Should I enter now? Should I enter now? Today is such a good lesson. I'm really glad I went live. We don't usually go live Thursday. Glad we went live. It's such a good lesson of every single time you're fueled by emotions to the upside or downside, FOMO or fear. Every single time. If you wait, like immediately you'll see like it will change. Like you'll think, oh my god, I have to like jump in right now at the top of this candle because it keep going up. And it's like that's almost always the local top, and then the next day or even not the next day, closer, like you immediately have lower prices. This happens so often. And the more it feels like you have to get in, the more urgent it feels. Pretty much correlated to how likely it is to just do the opposite. Let me add more alerts as I close some of these. What else do we want to look at, guys? Tau went to 150. Cool. We looked at that yesterday. Hit 150. Cool. Cool beans. Not super excited about Tau. It's at the 0.5. We have a nice little, what is this, 1 hour order block? That's lame. Daily order block here, huh? I think this could be done. I'm not taking this trade. I'm not taking it. You know what? I like this trade better from 119. I like that better from 119. However, let's see what this looks like. Could also be done this way. This is the less patient, and we learned our lesson with patience yesterday. Something like that. Look at it just magnetize into that position. Yeah. Litecoin. Oh, Litecoin. Oh, Litecoin. Wait, where'd the other trade go? This was already in a trade. A long was already open on this. It was, yeah, there we go. We did snab our nice little entry at 60 bucks on Litecoin, looking potentially to re-enter 69. Traded to 69.46. So we're damn close. Still might fill. Still might fill. Better than chasing the price up, though. So far, this is looking pretty good. This is a good doodle. Solid doodle. I'm still looking for $85 on Litecoin. Still think you might be able to get 69 as an entry. 71's not that far off, but I'm staying hopeful. Doge really took a beat there. Really took a beat. Take a beat and circle back. It's a nice wick. Where today settles up is going to be very telling. It's like exciting. I wasn't even excited at the rally. I was like excited where things end up today. If we can retrace most of these losses, it looks so good. If we kind of, I don't know, trade sideways and down for a few days, it'll still be good. But I'll have to reevaluate my plan. Ethereum did not move at all after I tweeted, by the way. Ethereum Bitcoin did not move at all after I tweeted. Literally frozen. I'm going to change the alert to here. What else do you want to look at, guys? TRB, son of a TRB. Didn't fill. Broke 118. Gonna have to see a higher low. This trade's still looking good. Potentially even might be able to fill it again at like 101. We'll see how that settles up. Vet hightailing it to support. Didn't hit 2 cents, but 2 cents maybe a great entry still. Not a lot else there. Resistance above 269. Gotta hold on to these higher lows. Chart looks good as long as you do. Caspa, weird. Look at these wicks. Caspa's like a lot more volatility, it seems, right now. Lower market cap. Makes sense, but look at that move. Bitcoin's move very subtle in comparison. There we go. Nice. We'll have to see how it interacts with the trend once we make it back up there. We're really close. It's only about 1% move to the upside to get there. 618731. Let's... I think we see this. Of course, this might look like this. Something like that. Yeah. Close Caspa. Oh, Link! Oh, Link. Oh, Link. It's time for me to gloat, although maybe not. We did call the $15 Link, whatever, who cares? I got lucky. That wick is pretty gnarly. Let's see. It's looking pretty good for now. No guarantee. No guarantees that we'll see our lower targets, but re-entry targets, I'm looking for 1150 at the highest or lowest. I don't know. $9.50 to $10 would be ideal. Down here is where I'd like to see it, but who knows if it'll get there. I love that it stopped right there. Gotta love it. It did, to be fair. It also kind of stopped right there at 1150 and kept reacts to like 41, you might only see like 35 cents. But this would be ideal for me. Put in a macro high or low, 31 cents. Likely 31 cents is an entry that I would take at this point. With your higher high here, you're probably not expecting your lows to break. 31 might be a little early, so definitely wouldn't go all in on 31 as we never do. Because you might get a swing at 28. But if you have a long term, just spot, 31 cents, probably not bad, especially if it's below your cost basis. Be pretty good. But I look at sats. Aren't sats just... What do you mean, sats? Like Bitcoin divided by 100 million? The guy holding XRP had 0 gains today. Yeah, to be fair, they had a bunch of gains, though. They've had some good gains year to date. Year to date, I mean, we can take the low on the second. Say they're up 113%. It's not bad. They were up 200%. BCH, please. All right, we can look at that. INJ, GRT. We looked at GRT a little bit. Here's where we are. Placed our long, I don't know when. Filled, not stopped. Looking good. Looking good. I like that the wick didn't stop it. Crow we did look at. There wasn't much going on. Crow really sideways. Did put in a higher high, but just slightly. I closed the chart because nothing was happening. You can look at BCH, but it hasn't set any alerts off. Honestly, it's kind of surprising. It was looking really bullish for a while. Ooh. That's a nice wick. I would watch BCH today. Those wicks, they might be scary, but if we're in a bull market, if we're trending up, if we're going back to 48K, if we're starting the march to a new all-time high, these wicks that are scary are going to be the only entries. These wicks will come and go. If we're really bullish, we'll see these wicks eaten up before close. We'll see it close higher. For me, really want to see BCH close, like, honestly, right where it is, above 133, maybe 135 to be safe. Really want to see it continue this pattern. I don't want to see it close down here and then kind of dick around. Maybe you end up coming back down to that 200 entry that never filled. A solid close today looks great. And then you obviously want to see a green candle tomorrow. Man, that wick is wild. And 15%. Got a little green there. BCH. Oh, Bcash. Where's Bcashy? Where's he been? It's like the third stream someone said sushi, so I'm just going to pull it up. Sush. Sush. ANKR and DGB. You're always trying to get me to look at shit. Sharknado. You're always trying to get me to look at shit that people aren't looking at. Who cares about DGB except for me and you? Ah, well, dollar got wrecked on that. It looked good. Traded down to 80 cents. 0.5 retrace. This is going to be one of those, how does it settle today? Really want to see sushi above $1. If you see it close below $1, you're in potential to see this. Right? Good news is eventually you expect that to break to the upside, but it might bring you down to like 7 cents. Potentially even lower, 6.5. Ish. Ish. INJ. Ooh. INJ blew past our target. Blew past 1525. Today's wick potentially back testing that resistance as support. Potentially filling some long positions there. Short got stopped. We put a lot of these up just to anti-FOMO people. Let's make it so it doesn't take up the whole thing. Uh-oh, I gotta plug my headphones in again. Here we go. INJ, man, where are you going? That is beautiful. Like if INJ holds this into the close today, if it stays above 1520, this is gonna be a really clean break and back test. Look for a break of 1825. And then you're probably just heading right to the next resistance, aren't you? This is really it. Like right here, like 15 was it. I'm very surprised that INJ broke through it. INJ might be taking a run to an all-time high. Or at least back to the all-time high. Let's say 2160 It's our last monthly, like literally the all-time high monthly close on 9J. 2160. Currently at 16. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. Oh, bang. Guys, if you could, please keep smashing the likes and subscribes. Here's the new subscribers. Do we have any? We haven't seen any in a little bit. If you're new out there joining us for the first time, welcome to the best crypto channel. They all say that. They all say that. But we are. Make sure you subscribe. Catch these emergency spice streams. I'm going to set an alert here on IJ. I like this back test. If you get another shot at it, you might be able to play something like that. I still, after all this time, still feel more comfortable either at 975. We did hit this at 6.7. I don't want to see a trade below there. Honestly, I don't want to see a trade below 971. Guess there's not a position there. Stop loss is going to be a hell of a thing to place, though. There's really, like, what are you going to do? Target the low? That's a big downside. It's like 50%. Something like that for like a 2.2 to 1. It's just like, it's ugly. I think, I rarely say this, like a scalp play might be the only thing I'd do here. If I had a position open, I would have shaved some profit off at 15. I would look to take some off at 21.6. Then I would just let it ride, honestly. I would cover my principal between those two TPs. Nick Delian, my guy. What's up, Nick? Welcome. What up? Tell Tom XRP has no upside, please. You might be right. You might not be right. XRP has looked bullish, but I said it earlier, man. XRP is the chart that just loves to wreck people. Like it loves to look so good. Like right here, you broke your high after a higher low. Like that's the signal, right? But no, XRP sells back down, higher low. Then you get the Torres ruling. Dumps below where the Torres ruling started. Like XRP is just one of, honestly, the worst things to trade in crypto, in my opinion. You guys watched it live when I had a long open here from like 50 cents. And my TP was 95 cents. And it went to like 94.7 per like cents or something and didn't TP me. It happens over and over again. I couldn't tell you why. Couldn't tell you what the mechanism is there. But it do. How about STORJ? We looked at STORJ. STORJ looking good. Looking good. In that sell-off, you hit resistance. You wick down to support. Beautiful. Back testing that support. Or that resistance as support. You want to see her move up? Want to see it come on back up. Today's daily closes are going to be way more exciting than the price action today. Price action today was pretty spicy. Still kind of spicy. We got some wick fills on stuff. This is why, like, between ARB here and, not STORJ. Between ARB and, what were the other ones? There's a few others that fill. This is why you'll see me place longs, like, so far from price. Like, down here at $1. Price is probably up here like 110, looking like it's going to 116. And I drew this, but that's not really, when I draw these doodles, it's not as if, you know, it didn't even move like that. It moved like this. Right. But if we're patient and we don't do what we did yesterday by putting market order in, basically, if we plan out, if we look for these macro supports and resistances, when we see one break, if we have patience and we can create a plan and we can use our best risk management and know what we're doing and stick to our plan, that's why we place these. There's never a guarantee that they'll fill. I was ranting about this yesterday. It may not fill, but if it doesn't fill, it's no harm, no foul. Nothing lost, nothing gained. It's not a lose. It's not an L. But when you place these, you'll find that more than you'd ever expect, you'll see shit like this. You'll see those wicks that come on down, grab liquidity at those previous resistances, and then they move up. And then they don't usually come back. Patience, man. There is nothing more valuable in crypto than patience. Nothing. It's all about patience. That's why the get rich quick mindset is so toxic. So toxic here. What was it? Sharknado? It was DGB and Near. Sucks as if the super chat's under $10, it doesn't like keep the record of it for me. Shahid Hussein, tipped 20 telephone polls. Thank you for the 20 telephone polls, my guy. It was your first super chat on a live stream. Right on, dude. Right on. Honored to be the recipient. What's up, JN Lade? Good to have you. Good to have you there. Where is it? Sharknado, where is it? I have to plug these in. Dude, it doesn't even... Crypto Capital Venture, dude, I didn't... My bad. Dude, I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I don't know if he's still here. He probably isn't. Let's be real. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. This is my guy. This is my guy. This is a good dude. If you like Cardano, this is your... He is to Cardano as I am to Litecoin, maybe. Or Bitcoin. Litecoin, I think, is a more connectable point. But subscribe to him. If you like Cardano, he's your guy. He's like a Cardano maxi, but he's not a dickhead. Like me, I'm a Bitcoin maxi. I'm not a dickhead. Shit, I'm so sad. I read the name and I was just in the zone and didn't think about it. Crypto Crabman, dude, I didn't see any of these. Here we go. ANKR. We'll look at ANKR for you, man. Yes. Pickle. Love it. Crypto Cab. I have to reach out to him. Crypto Crabman. I definitely didn't see this. Delaware's division of corporation showed iShares Ethereum Trust was registered on Thursday. Cool. Cool, cool. And of course, Frankie Candle's the only one I did catch. Nice. What a good day. I love when people come join. I feel so bad I feel so bad that I missed that, though. Rip. Hold up. These son of bitches are about to die here. Let me plug them in. You got about 30 seconds, guys. Make sure you smash the like, click the bell, join the Discord. And if you're looking for a great exchange, sign up with FEMX, our sponsor. No KYC. The lowest of trading fees. And just my favorite exchange, even if they didn't sponsor us. What's up, All Flags Burn 1? How you doing? We need wireless charging already. What's with this? What? Cords? What is this? Like the 80s, man? Here we go. Fully operational. We'll look at DGB and I already forgot, man. Near ANKR. ANKR for Mr. Sharknado. Even though he only super chatted $4, $5. Not suggesting you super chat more. But we'll look at them only because he's an OG. Well, I see why I haven't looked at this yet. Didn't quite make it. Some of these really old charts, I've grown so much. You know, hopefully this is a little lesson people can take too. A lot of these charts, like you can see this chart, I probably was messing with in 2020, right? I see these little doodles over here. 2020. It's almost 2024. That's like 4 years of learning. I'm always learning, guys. That's why I say, no, please don't just blindly copy or parrot what I say. I'm not right all the time. I'm wrong plenty. I'm always learning. I'm growing with you. That's one thing I love about doing this as a job, is I'm always growing. I'm always looking for new, different ways of looking at things. I love other opinions and ideas. I love it. But I gotta go back and change these sometimes because younger Tom was not quite as good of a trader as older Tom. Isn't that weird? It's a strange phenomenon. Let's see. That looks pretty good. Did not play. Did not play. Probably looked at this last time for you, Guard. Nah, probably not. Let's see how this looks. Don't need it. Near, I'll say this. Could look a little bit better. Weekly is shaping up. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little pullback on Near. But I will say this, Near, I said it yesterday, look for coins that haven't gone 800%. Jumping in coins that have gone 800%, you've already missed 800%. Look for coins that you believe in, that have strong charts, that haven't rallied. And then maybe you will get to front run some of these great rallies. That is the ultimate position to be in. Near has not broken its lows. It's set slightly higher lows. It hasn't done much. It still hasn't broken its high of June. Lots of coins doing that right now. It still hasn't broken its high of June. Nothing. Up here. Still hasn't broken its high of June. Here's how I'd kind of look at this, though. Since you haven't broken your low, you may still be painting some kind of very janky head and shoulders with your neckline at 5 cents. That would be 5 cents is probably my target. If I was doing some kind of scalp, probably looking for 3.9 if I was in and out. 5 cents likely the longer term target. Who's to know how long that will take at this point? Could be tomorrow, could be a month from now, could be a year from now. But here's what I see on this chart. It's inverted. So just so you know, it's upside down. Bullish pattern. Head and shoulders. This is really early to call it. But on a test of 5 cents, we're going to have kind of confirmation of that. You haven't broken your low. So what that tells you is you basically could have looked for a short on any of our lows here with our stop below our low and targeting 5 cents. This might be pushing it. We might be pushing it on kind of preemptively calling it. Because we don't have, the only thing we have is like a double bottom here, which basically is a neckline, but you need a third test and a break. So if we uninvert this scale, this is kind of what I'm looking at. Got support below you, I'd say like 1.5 cents. You did mess with this here. Another one. Here's another coin. I knew something was off when I opened this. Here's another one. Another coin that moved all the way up to resistance, and then basically, I'm going to guess right off that resistance, right above it, had that same sell-off, had the same profit-taking event. At this point, I'm not really worried about them. These really do look like profit-taking. Here we go. They really do. DGB, dude. You're something. I like DGB, but it's like Litecoin. It's like you haven't moved, and I don't really... I just don't want to say anything at all unless I have something nice to say. DGB, you have a taste in charts, man, because this kind of looks, doesn't have the same inverse head and shoulders setup as ANKR. Doesn't have the same thing. But I get kind of similar vibes here. You have a type, Sharknado. You've got a chart type, dude. Whoa. Stop it. There we go. You got a chart type, dude. Similar. DGB, the high, didn't come back to 1.7 cents, but similar. You held your lows. You're moving back. You're kind of right to that previous high now. Nobody cares about DGB anymore. I still have all my DGB. I never took profit. What a chart, man. What a chart. Holy shit, what a chart. It's hard to be bullish on that one. But you can see, though, if we start seeing this retrace like other charts, back to just like monthly resistance, 110% off the low, to the equivalent of like, I don't know, maybe 32K on Bitcoin, 450%, back to 3 cents, back to the all-time high, you're looking at like 3,000%. There's a lot of potential upside, and that's why I said yesterday, look for charts that haven't busted their move yet, because you still might be able to capture a large percent. The ones that are already up here, you've missed out on almost the entire rally already. It's just how it goes. When it gets spicy way faster than we're comfortable with. It's never comfortable. It will not be comfortable. Here we go. Right there, back to the channel. Let's see what happens now. Whew. I'm getting the sweats, boys. I'm getting the sweats. Probably because I'm wearing this hoodie and it's like 70 degrees out for some reason. DGB is such an OG coin. Such an OG coin. It's like playing catch up with a rocket. True that. True that. Look at ADA DGB. Looks like ADA DGB. Does it? Does it? I'm not even doubting it. You mean like with the peaks maybe? What's up, Shahid? We can look at CRV for you. I don't know how many 40 telephone poles is, but I just appreciate you not getting mad at me for calling him telephone poles. So maybe I will. Maybe we won't. Okay, I see what you're saying. ADA did have its lowest point here in June, where DGB, I don't think it did. Very flat bottom here. That's not great. Now it had its lowest point in September, but honestly, this is just probably from illiquidity. This is on Bittrex. Digibyte's not traded many places. If this were in a bubble, like we don't have any more chart history, you guys know I'd be very bearish on this. I'd be very bearish. Highs coming down, bottom very, very flat. I would be looking for probably this. However, we got to adapt with the market conditions. We've been seeing this pattern break to the upside more. It virtually never did for 2 years. Now we're seeing it. I might look for something like this. And if we were only looking at this, I would be looking for that and then this. But with the rest of the market trending up, the probabilities are shifting on these patterns. I can see it. I can see it in front of my eyes. Actually, the first one, the very first chart that I noticed this on is a very old chart that many of you may not even be familiar with anymore. Back in the day, Mr. TRON. Mr. TRON. Mr. TRON, man. TRON had such an ugly dump pattern. And back in like, I want to say around here in May of this year, we like kind of saw this. I'm like, wait, this isn't dumping. Like this pattern, very bearish. You see this play out so confidently until now. TRON was just the first one that I noticed didn't. This thing has just been trucking up now. Higher highs, higher lows. Very healthy, very efficient climb. A lot of coins you're seeing do this. You want to see them do this. Because then if you do move to an all-time high, you've built, I mean, you already have efficient price action back here, but you've built support. It's kind of like my a little fear for Caspa right now. Doesn't really have any support built below it other than like 6.5 cents. Doesn't mean it has to go back to support. But it is a little worrying. It's a little worrying. XRP, XBP pumped. Maybe, should we just like crap on some altcoin stuff? I feel like it's not a bad time. I just typed in Coinbase for no reason instead of CoinGecko. Let's look. I mean, it's probably a bot. It's probably a bot just saying that. Let's see. 24-hour traded volume, 400,000. $20 million. Fully diluted market cap. If you bought this in November at 0.08 cents, it's now at 50. See, a little bit less than a 10x, maybe 800% is right. Here's the thing. What kind of liquidity do you think you can get out of this? The real market cap is only $2 million, so I'll tell you a secret. You can't get $2 million out of this, even if you had every single one of these and you sold them. Couldn't get $2 million. $400,000 trading volume per 24 hour. Divide that in half. 220 maybe on both sides of the trade, buying and selling. You ain't getting more than 200 grand out of it. You might be able to squeeze like a few thousand, maybe. But illiquidity is so important, and now is the time to learn this lesson. Not even talking about this chart. I don't know what this is. Now's the time to learn that lesson, though. These small caps, these microcaps, you might see 10,000% gain, but that's not how it works. Just because it went up 10,000 does not mean that you'll be able to cash out at 10,000. That means that any amount, even 1 penny's worth, was bought at that 10,000% gain or sold, whatever, market ordered at that number. Does not mean that there's liquidity for you to sell. Your sell might not be met or matched with an order for many percents down. On really liquid stuff, sometimes it's like deep double digits. You got to be careful. Doesn't mean you shouldn't touch them. Doesn't mean you can't like them. But what it does mean is don't think just because something's up a percent means that you'd be able to cash out at that percent. It's just not how it works. Wow. Right there at the channel. Right there at the channel. RLC. Justin Sun is burning TRON. Illivium's a beast. We've looked at ILV. We looked at ILV. Oh yeah, CRV for our telephone pole guy. ILV still looks good. Did we get filled? No, we didn't. Lame. We didn't get filled. Son of a bitch. Oh no, that was an old trade anyway. CRV is not a bad chart though. Looking at this pattern, looking at this squiggle, we did come down to support. We did break a higher high. Today's wick. The more I see these wicks, so I was talking about how almost all of these wicks started at a resistance and they dropped. And so logically profit taking. On the other side of that coin, a lot of these wicks have hit support and got bought back up. That's what I was really hoping for Bitcoin. We haven't seen it yet, but bought back up. If they close strong, I'll say it again, this is incredibly bullish, especially as you have these still higher lows. It'd be incredibly bullish to get bought back up. And the fact that they pierced support and then begun to recede again is actually pretty nice, because these moves here are the pullbacks in bullish markets in crypto. They're long wicks. They push through support. The only way to have gotten a position in them is to have a limit order sitting there, and that's why we love limit orders here. I like it. If it, of course, sells off more today, closes below like 50 cents, it's probably heading back down to like the 44-cent range. Hopefully not testing its lows, but close below here would likely signal more downside. I don't think that's the case. We're seeing this on so many things. So many. Won't take a lot for them to just close strong. If you do get a good close here, probably the best would be above 53 cents. Upside target 62, 62.8. Might have to redo some of this chart. No, I was right on 62.8. Yeah, 52 cents here too. 62.8 next upside target for CRV. If it loses that, you could look for like 48, but I don't know if I would want it at 48. Oh wait, no. 48 again, yeah. I don't know if I'd want it at 48 again. Trading lower than that wick is not the response that we're looking for. It's dangerous. You got so used to the bear market and the way bear market kind of operates. You weren't ready for the bull, were you? It's a totally new beast, totally different, way less forgiving. Jade, good day, Ben's chair. How you doing, man? Have you asked him what skincare routine he does? Because he has been glowing. This can also be a bear market rally. Of course it can. Of course it can, Malas. I've been talking for a long time and people are tuning in at different points with different points of context from the stream. This music slaps. Yeah. Split all of the revenue. Digital Asset News. What's up, bro? What's up, Rob? How you doing, man? We've had Rob. Shout out to, let's throw these up here. We had the wonderful Digital Asset News. Love this guy. Makes great content. Right here, saying hi in the chat. We've had so many great content creators come in today. We had Crypto Capital Venture, King of ADA. And we also had Frankie Candles himself come in. Here's all their links in the chat. You guys go subscribe to them. They make great content. Great content. What are you looking at today? What are you looking at today, Rob? Space Ape. I know I don't look at stops, but can I look at the ticker U? No, you look at it. All right. Sure. I look at stocks. Your fear is gone, Raul. Excellent. Join us, fam. Join us. Get in the Discord. Be around a community with this mindset. We are the calm in the storm. We are calm. That calmness is what has made us successful. So it's what allowed us to win, even throughout the crappiest bear market in crypto history. Might be building divergence there. I mean, you got divergence there on the month. I don't know what I'm looking at. High or low on your RSI on the month. You have a lower low and a lower candle close. So you have bull div painting on the month, but monthly signal like that. I mean, that could, I mean, of course it could always play out quickly, but like that, realistically, you wouldn't expect to play out for a long time. On the week, I like this momentum's pinch, view offset 0, lower, higher low off of red money flow rolling over already. Not the same divergence here. You're going to find some kind of divergence on the week. Wow, what an interesting bleed. Stocks are weird, man. Daily slowly rolling over. I'm surprised to see this. Your fibs aren't very good here. Weird. Fibs don't really line up. I wonder. How low do you have to go to get this? 17. I don't think the low's in. I don't think the low's in for whatever this is. You got a lower close. I don't think the low's in. I think you have some kind of like, you're going to get some kind of bounce. And that bounce, I think, is going to take you into this range, like 34. Just going to stand there and watch me burn, are you? It's like 34 to 40. That's a pretty big range. Let's get rid of this. But I don't know. That's a pretty weak, like, here's kind of what I see is very little buying demand, very consistent selling. These rallies are weak as hell. They're all weak highs. This looks like it wants to come down. Maybe 22, 20 bucks. 20 bucks would be a new lower low. But at some point, we know better. At some point, we know better for this pattern, right? At some point, this pattern, unless it goes to zero, which nothing really goes to zero. At some point, we expect this to break to the upside. If I was in a position, especially spot, I might look to unload some at like 30, 34. Could get a test to the top of the channel again as high as 45. That's about all I have to say about it. Appreciate it though, fam. Appreciate the 20. Stonks are having a nice day. I'll pull up S&P. Look at S&P and the dollar here in a sec. ETF will be approved, I agree. Gotta run. Good to see you, my friend. Guys, go subscribe to him. He's a great guy. What's up, Kato? Spam emoji reactions on mobile. Do it. Guys, do it. All together. Let's do a test. Let's do a test. If we all click this, view count is 885. If we keep clicking this, it can't just be me. All right, there's a few people clicking. Click faster. Click as fast as I'm clicking. If we get like 10 people doing this, 885. Let's pull this up too. Let's see if the viewer count increases. I am kind of convinced that this button does nothing. I'm kind of convinced of it, but let's test it really quick. See what happens. 871. Come on, update. Oh, volatility on the viewers. 871. I don't know. Is it doing anything? Is it going up or down? Who knows? Keep it going. See what happens. I appreciate that. What's up, Tech Smart subscribing? You are smart. You're a very smart guy. If you're subscribing here, you found a great spot. Huh. Stocks are interesting. I don't know if this is like a great day necessarily, but they are doing something here. Look at this return to the trend line. 1, 2, 3 higher highs. I bet there's divergence there. I bet we have bear div. Well, 1, 2, 3 lower lows. I still think stocks are going to dump. I still think they're going to dump. Weird. Here we are. V-shaped recovery. Very strong. Very bullish recovery, though. Maybe we do this. Did that look right? I still don't like that it hasn't broken that low channel or low trend. It interacted with it pretty well, fell out of it. We got our short. Then it came right back up to it, and it's like painting bearish div as it taps these highs. Maybe the dollar will have a story for us. Trying to keep hype. We've been live for a while now. What a fun day. Hell yeah, Zombie Fish. Actually, guys, I need your help with hype. Hype me up. Tell me how you're feeling. Share your feelings with me. Share them. Share the vibes. I will try to pick them up. I also been drinking these like fake, it's a Aspire energy drink. Of course, they don't sponsor us. And it is like the Virginia Slims of energy drinks. It has like 80 grams of caffeine. I swapped from Celsius to these, and I think I'm just not getting enough caffeine. Paul's hyped. Let's go. Let's go. Your finger almost died. Nice. Well done. Matthias, we did look at Caspa more than once today. I probably will pull it up. Once with Bonk, just a manipulated shitcoin. Like, just pump and dump. Viewers pumping? Did it actually work? Did that button do anything? I don't know if I believe it. Let's see. 897? I wish we could zoom in. 897, almost up to 900. Maybe it's working. All right, maybe it's not placebo. Maybe it's not. Dollar rallying here on the week. Gonna have some pretty solid resistance up here though. You had 4 weeks. It looks like distributing at 106.5 to 106.1. Looking to the left, your wick high in March of 23, right there, 105.6. Nice little, you really could say this is likely to be resistance, but I'll keep it thinner. I'll keep it more narrow. Doesn't really line up with much. Fib, the 0.5 fib right here, it's 106.1. I'll take that. This is a very likely move for the dollar. We'll see. I mean, it tapped here and it moved back. It is Thursday. It only has one more day of trading this week. This is kind of nasty looking, dude. This is not a good look. Dollar. What's wrong with you, dude? Can't say I'm too upset. I love the hearts. I can see them in my peripheral. Like, what is this? You might even be able to say, nah. Might even say I have like a neckline. This would be a weird one though. Head and shoulders with a tiny head. Actually, I do think that is a pattern where both shoulders are taller than the head. What is that called? It's not a horn top. I say send it. Bitcoin seems to be enjoying it. Send it. Looking potentially for support at 104.69. Nice. Daily looks okay. Could look worse. I can still see those hearts. It's actually kind of charming. I don't know, man. If this was anything else, I'd be like, this thing's cooked. But the dollar just does these weird effing moves, guys. Like 14 weeks of green back to 107. And like at this point, it's like, well, let's go to 109, right? Because like that's our 618 retracement. It's essentially the support before the blowoff, or the support after the blow off top. And then as soon as it's like, well, here we go, it's like, nah, never mind. Let's like go back down, paint ugly candles. The dollar is kind of like XRP in my opinion. It just like messes up your trades. I don't know. Don't know. Bitcoin chilling as we're live, of course. Still have 1,000 live viewers. Freaking love it. Make sure you're subscribing. Tech Smart subscribed 5 minutes ago. Who's next? Take up the cup. The cup. What else do we want to look at? What else do we want to look at, chat? I mean, I'll pull Cass back up. Chilling on a lunch break. Cass is, meh. Looking weaker than the rest of the market, but that's maybe to be expected. Cass has also rallied a lot more than the rest of the market. I mean, fuck. I bought Cass like 3 weeks ago and it was like 40 something cents. Now it's went to, or not 44 something cents. Almost went to its 1618 extension at 9.5 cents. Makes sense. This is an issue. Weekly has not pushed past its original high. That means Cass either needs to rally a bunch more or retrace. You got me begging. It ain't over. Not much there. Really, we placed this long here because this is the only point of efficiency on Cass since 52 cents. Like, this would be very strong support if it's tested. 52, 53. Maybe as low as 50. But strong support there. Problem is, no support built here on the way up. One little order block on the day. That's the only point of efficient price action you have. Then you have this extension up. If this closes red, we are likely seeing this. Likely seeing like that. Hopefully you find support at the top of this channel and keep going though. It's probably going to just trend with the market. Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Do something. Do something. It keeps teasing me. Keeps teasing me. Is it going up, down, or sideways? Yes. Link. I'm just like on a cycle now, guys, of like going through the same 4 charts, like closing them and opening them. I'm old Discord freaks. Yeah, that's alright, Haven. You don't have to be in there, bud. You don't have to. Wait, let's look at Link BTC. Link BTC monstrous. Looking like another maybe 10% upside against Bitcoin to resistance. Take me away. 4471 currently at 4 flat. Yeah, nice 10% upside potentially against Bitcoin there. That looks pretty good. Actually, that's a very strong resistance, isn't it? We could do it like that, but I'm not going to because that was past priced action that's already been wiped. Little bearish div potential on your high. You really do need to get above 4460 on Link versus Bitcoin. This monthly setup here, though, looks great. Money flows up, VWAP's up, and look at beautiful little butt cheeks there, little tush. Yeah, like dead ass, right? I'm trying to draw a person, but I failed. I'm not a drawer right now. Link hit our target. Fitting. Retracing. Currently in a Darth Maul daily. Little high wick, bottom wick, red candle. Would be much better to see it close above 1491 today. But if not, I mean, I think we're still looking for the same things. Like, still looking, whether it plays out like this or like this. Looking for 10 bucks, looking for 1150, maybe start scaling. Spot. Then look to make a bigger purchase maybe at a 950 or 10 bucks. Yeah, no change there. No change. Ew, woo. That's right. Gina Cheeks. Gina Cheeks. Gina Cheeks. We have the SWAT team check him. Who are these clowns calling Eth a shitcoin? Well, I mean, the same people who call everything a shitcoin. Like, Bitcoin maxis. Or the weird competition between Ethereum and, like, every other coin for no reason, guys. Here's the reality of crypto. Nothing needs to die for your thing to succeed. It has been such a common narrative over the years. This is the Ethereum killer. This is the Bitcoin killer. This is the DOGE killer. This is the... you name it. How many projects have claimed that? How many coins have died? 0. This is not how it works. Rising tides in crypto raise all ships. One thing does not need to go down for yours to go up. Wellness check on Savvy. We should probably do a wellness check on Savvy. Hope he's doing all right. He might be adding to his short still, I wouldn't doubt. It's interesting. How does one perpetually add to their short? Like, how does that work? Genuinely curious. How could you have added to a short all throughout this year? I mean, did you close them? Did you take profit? If you're looking for like 12K or lower, or 10K or lower or whatever, probably didn't take profit, right? Because you're expecting lower. Wouldn't really make sense. I don't know, man. Yeah, bulls have their time. Bears get their time. But the difference is that eventually the bulls win. Eventually. The bears' time is usually longer than the bulls' time. Just like calendar days wise. But they always lose in the end. I mean, at least with Bitcoin, that's what I don't get. You have a 13, 14-year history of Bitcoin, and you're betting on this thing that's never happened. And yes, things happen for the first time. That's true. But how can you, with such conviction, continuously believe that it's just going to go down forever? The most bullish asset in human history. I don't know. I have chosen the other side. The other side is You get the brief euphoric times, and you have years of crappy, grindy, bleedy, where you feel like shit, but eventually you're right. So it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Looking at cake. Looks like you smacked June's low. That's your 236 retracement. Not a very big retracement, very shallow. A real rejection here would actually kind of be bearish. Actually pretty bearish. Even though you got this nice candle. Don't see clean. I don't really see clean levels on here for retracement. You can take your wick before your low. You could, I guess you just take your fibs here, man. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. 180, 162. I'd say 150 looks good. I like 150 if you haven't noticed. That's a 30. How is $1.50 down below $1? How is that only a 33%? This is 50% down. I'm confused. You can do something like that. Something like that. Oh, you got a little daily order block right there to make things real annoying. It is at 150, so I will take that over the 618. And honestly, I'll just throw away these retracements for the most part. This trade can be done a lot safer then. Yeah. There you go. Like it. Like it, check it off, done. Spreading the love, y'all. Spread that love. Spread it. What's up, Danny Tri-Fan? Can I look at Polkadot? Yes. Yes, I can, Ronan. There's so many coins now that people want to look at. It is wild. It's wild. Dot riggedy wrecked our shiggity short. It was the right play. It was the right play. This is an example in trading where the right play doesn't always win. Nothing is 100%. You had your highs coming down for a very long time. Your bottom, rather flat. You broke your bottom. Giggity. Broke your bottom and rejected. You fell. But you managed to come back up. You managed to just dig yourself out of hell. Nice. Above $5.76. Dot is looking very solid. Right there. Looking very solid. This wick. So I was talking about it earlier. In a bullish crypto market, in a bull trend, these wicks tend to be the only entries. They tend to be. We can't for sure say this one is right now, all of them at the same time, all these charts. We can't. We don't have enough time passed yet. We don't have enough months behind us in this trend. But what we can say is if all of these end up closing strong today in the next 5.5 hours, shit's pretty bullish. Like very bullish. And what we'd see is probably not a return to those prices. Probably. Probably. And then what you'd probably see, and I'm just making this stuff up, right, is something similar. And those are the only entries in a bull market. And they're really not, they're not even entries. They're stop hunts for longs. They're trying to get you out of a long. You won't be able to market order them in real time or anything. That is where limit orders like this will come in handy. We placed this a while ago after this broke and said, okay, we broke resistance. We can look forward to back test at 437. If it fills, things are looking good. Basically targeting the low before it in most cases. This one did not make it there. It still could, but that looks pretty strong. Watching for all of these. Have a strong daily close after that wick, and you have shown that there is buying power behind. There are buyers lining up. Still not totally out of trouble. Still not. But it's looking much better. Really got to see 570 on dot. But it's looking way better. It dug itself out of hell, man. Heaven Peck with the gift me membership. Enjoy those emojis, my brother. You guys should check out the Patreon. We're going to have our first Patreon night on Friday. It's going to be fun. We did these for years. We took a little break, but now we're bringing it back as new players, new people are rejoining. It's a monthly group. We're not a signals group because those are shady and scammy. We're an education community group. There are some trade setups and things, but the real value is going to be the exclusive chat. Basically, more intimate sessions with me. We're gonna like patron only. You guys can always ask me questions and stuff. Q&As when we do stuff. Patron nights we'll have at least 2 streams a month. I'm thinking next Friday and the last Friday of the month, where it's like just like this, but only with patrons asking questions. We'll do a lot more Q&A. Great for learning. If you're looking for something, you think you're seeing other people, oh, their group says they make $1 million% profit a week and blah, blah. Yeah, that's not this group. Don't join expecting that. Because that's a lie. There's no such thing as that. I'll share my trades with you. More so than on the stream. But there's no such thing as some group that you can just follow and make money. It can work for some amount of time. But it will never work long term. Ever, I promise you. I've seen thousands of these come and go. I guess I still have Crow pulled up. Crow in a green daily candle somehow today. Pulling. Man. This is what I don't like, though. It's not Crow. This is what I don't like. I was really hoping, because we were live on this sell-off, I was really hoping we would see very strong wicks. Unfortunately, we've seen the hour close and very little buying power. Very little bounce. Crow's actually looks a little bit better than some. Potentially rejecting the 4-hour bearish engulf there. So really, I guess we have the 4-hour for most of these. Let's look at Bitcoin on the 4 quick. An hour and a half, Bitcoin trades at 36,862, looking good. But outside of that 4-hour, because this might not close well, we have the day. And so what we probably want to see is this daily candle just have some kind of higher close. It did open at 35.6. That wick was at 35.7. We could see a little bit lower like we were talking about earlier. But the less strength, the less enthusiasm we see off of these wicks, the less likely that I think we are seeing those like bullish wicks, those bullish sell-offs, the long hunts, the only entries. This is still building very much as we were looking for. We moved to the top of our channel here, of our ascending channel. Getting a little messy. Let's make this blue so you guys actually know what you're looking at. There you go. There it is. First step over, check, good. We had a sell-off, we returned to the trend. The trend rejected, but as you can see, we kind of plotted this out. Holding our lows is okay. We see this. We're probably looking to test this low. Maybe we'll get this fill on long. I think this is like the likely play. We'll come back there and just teeter on it. But we really want to see, to put it in perspective. What was it? I think on the 4-hour, it was right there. We really want to see the 4-hour close. So in an hour and a half, it might take an hour and a half. We want to see a close up here. If we don't, 4 hours kind of cooked, and then we got the day. Day's still green, but I want to see more buying power. I want to see more buying power. Close, close, close. That link TP is looking better and better. ILV, man. That's solid. Doing what we're hoping Bitcoin does into this 4-hour close. ILV looking to go green, baby. Go green. Still struggling, though. Still like really cautiously reaching up. It might get spicy again today. I don't want to get you guys too hype, but we may see more spice before the end of the day. It's looking pretty likely. 5-minute rolled over, but that's okay. 15-minute now actually looking to roll over, confirming our signal here with a lower low. That's not great. It's likely going to drag the 30-minute down. Something like that. 45-minute already rolling over. That VWAP. VWAP coming up, though. VWAP coming up on the hour. All right, maybe we're going to see a little more upside today. 2 hours still rough. Still rough. Take a name. What's up, man? You the man, like your way. I like your way, young old. What about XLM? What about XLM? Full day stream? I don't know, crypto. What am I doing? Maybe. Maybe. If you guys keep the stream hyped, if we keep getting subscribers, keep having viewers, I'm not going to stop. Oh, Heaven Peck, you gifted memberships, my man. Mark Harris, Solar Miner, Danny Trifan, J. Cock Crypto, and Vince Alvari. That's 10 memberships given out today. Hell yeah. Congrats. Congrats, guys. Hairless Individual just subscribed. What a great name. Nice. He's hairless. Or she. I guess we don't know. They're an individual. Your name could be right up here. All you have to do is pick up that mouse, put your finger on the button, click that little subscribe button, then you might as well hit the bell while you're at it. We're racing Bitcoin to 100K. Wait, what? That replayed. That's okay. Racing Bitcoin to 100K. It was beating us for a while. We were beating it for a while, and now it's a pretty even match. I don't know. I don't know which comes first. Could be anything. Could be all of them. Let's go, MATIC. I feel like I'm going to stop closing charts because it's just the same cycle of MATIC, Link, ILV for some reason. I don't need TRON. Nobody asked for TRON. GRT, Gala, Crow. You know, let's look at MATIC on BTC because I already did USD. Saving itself. Let's check out MATIC against Bitcoin. MATIC v Bitcoin. Coming to theaters near you Sunday at the... I don't even know. Let's see. Ooh. Running into some problem there. Running into a little problem here on MATIC. MATIC is looking strong, but running into a little issue. What is this arrow for? Running into a little issue here. Monthly order block on your BTC pair. 2,350 at the top. What's great though, I like this, is here's your resistance for MATIC against Bitcoin right here. You're already in it. Great. What I like is if you break it, look above you. Look to the left. Always look to the left. What's there? The steeper the face, the steeper the cliff, the less resistance, the less orders there are here. This is very inefficient. Very efficient here with an order block. Puncture through it, and you can see some really big gains on MATIC versus Bitcoin. Really big. Let's take a peek. From where we are right now, let's take it from the top. From the top of that order block to the next monthly resistance, almost 100% gain against Bitcoin. That might not sound like a lot, but that is a lot. That means, let's say the price of Bitcoin does not move at all. It's at 36, let's just say, for ease. If this goes up, that would suggest that MATIC would double while Bitcoin doesn't move. Now, we're not saying that is exactly what's going to happen, but you can kind of get an idea. If MATIC's at 81 cents, if it were to double, that would put it at like 160. Now, that's unlikely. What's more likely is if that does happen, that Bitcoin's also going up in value and you're going to get more than a double in dollar price. Of course, that's a lot of ifs. There's like a lot of ifs in that statement. You're not quite there yet. But you have a very clear sky above you if you get above right here. You can see it's pretty close. What are all these ones? 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay. There it is. You're right here in it. Of course, your 618 is going to be up right there. I think it is a logical thing. I think it's logical to expect or put a stronger confidence that MATIC will go at least to the top of this resistance. That's a 5% gain. If it can break it there, then things get spicy, right? Then things get very crazy. You're not quite there yet. You're still, for the most part, in this same downtrend. It hasn't broken yet. It won't be broken until you have a higher high. You have a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low. So even going back to there is still a lower low unless you keep moving. There's a lot of potential power kind of baking into that MATIC BTC chart. A lot of potential power. I don't really have any like new thoughts on this part, on the dollar pair though. You hit 85 cents. That was our resistance. Price retreated. Hasn't retreated crazily. You're still in a green candle on the day. Not a lot of not a lot of support built on the weekly on the way up. If MATIC kind of just trades sideways this week into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like maybe you look at 78 cents this weekly close. Maybe in the next weekly you'd come back, look for an entry there. Your stronger, I'd say like the stronger entry is still, man, these never move. It was down here. Your stronger entry though, likely 69 cents. MATIC against dollar. This was your very strong area of resistance at 66 to 68 cents. You can see very clean play from there. As soon as you left that range, you rocketed up. That is resistance, not tested as support. That might be the play. No guarantee you get to 68. No guarantee it holds. But if it comes, it's a much better entry than right here, right now. Not a lot there in the fib. Rockabye, baby. What's up, bro? How you doing, Dano? What's up, Raul? Almost 1,000 votes again. 40% of us. Nice. Good. 40% of us thinking the top's in. I like it. What's up, LN? Allen with an EN. AV Creations. Christopher Stars. Crypto Sharknado, Crypto Stevo, Dano, I got you. Or Dan Crypto, I got you. Dave Digital, how you doing, brother? Dylan Scoutin. FOMO Sapien Heaven Peck. Thanks for the membership. Justin King, Malik, Cher Maya, Merlin, Matrella AF. What's up, Matrella? Who did I miss? Justin King, Raul07, Satyam OG, Solar Miner, Space Ape, Swing Trade Brigade, Wisdom A. Man, we've had a pretty good stream. We've had a pretty good stream today. We've had some great other YouTubers pop in. I love it. MATIC to 420, blaze it, baby. You know what's happening, though. Bitcoin is not going to move until I stop streaming. But I don't want to stop streaming. We have great numbers. We have a bunch of new subscribers. Got a lot of new fam. I want these new people to find us when they're searching for a home, because we will take care of them. We still have like 900 viewing. I love it. 589 likes. Past 420, blaze it. I love it. Keep going, brother. Trying. I'm trying. Trying, dude. It's not easy. What time is it? It's 2 o'clock. What time do we go live? Probably like 2-3 hours ago. Probably 2.5 hours ago, actually, because that seems to be like right around when I'm like, well, nothing's moving and I'm tired. Let me see. Only an hour and 30? No, almost 3 hours. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's wild, dude. That's wild. Let's go, Gina Emoji. CHERPOW actually speaks in like 15 minutes. Let's look this up. Are we really going to bridge the stream? Gonna like bridge it? I'm crazy. CHERPOW speaks. Where does he speak? Set to speak again. Where is he speaking? Let's just look up. November 9th. Where is he speaking? Let's just look. Fed live stream. You can pull up the Fed live stream. Watch live November 8th. Nope, that was the boring intro we watched yesterday. Where is he speaking? I don't see any lives here on theirs, except for yesterday's. Where is it? Is this another one of our secret CHERPOW streams? I'll read the chat. I'm sure some of you found it already. IMF panel. Here we go. think I found it, boys. 2 p.m. East. All right, here we go again. Here we go. We're crazy, guys. We'll push through for this. What do you think? If you think we should push through for this, smash the likes and subscribe. Whew. Whew. Event. What if I just left that as the stream? Should we change the stream name to CHERPOW? Chairman Powell speaks live. Wow, that whole title's still fitting. I love it. Jordan said he's done. What? Hey, done? I can't read it. YouTube's being annoying. CHERPOW now speaking in 10 minutes. A CHERPOW at the IMF discussion. Badger to the moon, sure. What's up, Alan? Swing Trade Brigade. What did you do with Brave other day? I couldn't use my uploader to send the Gemini. Lost much of that? I don't know. I don't know. What do you mean? Let's push through. I agree, TM. Bet you one Dodge. She says rate hikes are possible. Probably. He's probably not going to say anything, but whatever. Light it up. Oh, God. Crypto 420. I cannot wait. Much easier to find. Top secret. What's the best amount to start trading, brother? Best amount is to do the most boring thing in the world. You're not going to do it. But if you do, I promise you, you'll be successful. Look at how much money you make. Let's do this. Look at how much money you make. Let's say you make $100 for whatever amount of time, X time period, right? I'm not going to write this because it's all arrows and it looks weird. You make $100 every whatever. You subtract your bills. You subtract your mortgage, your rent, your food costs, your alcohol costs, your 420 costs. And at the end of that period, that $100 is now, let's say, 15. After everything. After 401k contribution, after car payment, gasoline, you need to budget these things. You have to look at what you spend. How much do you spend on gas a month or whatever time period? I like a week. We could do a month, a week, whatever, quarter. Round up. Round all of your expenses up. No matter what. If it's 150, call it 200 or whatever. Doesn't matter. If it's 900, call it 1,000. Round up so that you have a little extra left over even with this 15. Now you have 15. You can take whatever percent you want of that 15. Could be all of it. Probably don't want to use all of it. Probably like want, I don't know, 5 for like being just a sped and like going to, I don't know, the movies or whatever, taking a girl out on a date. Maybe you want to take 5, you're left with 10. Say you don't feel comfortable with 10. All right, so take 5. Now you can DCA with that 5, making regularly scheduled, timely purchases of an asset. I would honestly never do it with anything other than Bitcoin. That's how you start. Once you build a portfolio, you can start trading. If your question is no, I only want a short-term trade because I think I'll make money, you probably won't. But if you're gonna do what you do, make sure it's money you can afford to lose. And the answer is, how much is the minimum? There is no minimum. I'm sure like exchanges won't let you go leverage on a penny, maybe, but like you could do $1. You could DCA with $1 though. I think that's better spent. That's the real sauce, man. That's the real sauce. What's the best amount? Not yet. That's what you said. It's all about the data, baby. CHERPOW is going to be live in just a few minutes. Live on CNBC on the tube. We got the IMF's feed. It's going to be worse. It's going to be worse than this. CHERPOW. Bruh, chill. Am I unchill? Confident podcast, am I unchill? Are you watching it? Am I watching it? It's going to start shortly. We're going to watch it. Live crypto talk is hard to find on YouTube. Just want to listen to people talk about charts all day. Crypto Incursion, you found the right place, my friend. You found the right place. It never ends if you join the Discord. It's just 24/7, people from all around the world. Dude, someone said Mitch Ray yesterday, and then someone said Mitch Ray today, but I don't see Mitch Ray in the chat. Love Mitch. Would welcome him to be here. You guys are trying to get me Mitch Ray FOMO'd. Bridge the stream, boys. We're already live for 3 hours. I know, I'm surprised I'm still going. We're already live for 3 hours. But we're going to watch this CHERPOW. We're going to watch it. I'm pushing through. I'm getting a little tired. I probably have to pee. But we're doing it because that's what we do here. We got 900 viewers still. That's mainly the reason. And tons of new subscribers. Speaking of which, in the last few minutes, we had Khan, Muhammad, Big Boss, Stephen Cromie, all subscribe and love it. Love it. Love it. What's up, Cryptomi? Shib baby Shib. I'll pull up a random charts as we wait. We only have a few minutes till CHERPOW speaks live. Wait, this isn't Shib, this is Ape. I've been scammed. I've been scamboozled. Why is Ape here? Oh no, our beautiful SHIB chart. Did we lose it? There we go. Ah, SHIB. I don't know why you're excited about SHIB. It did hit a higher high. That's cool. This short was placed a really long time ago. Probably going to end up like all the other ones, to be honest. Maybe the play now, because we've been seeing a lot of this. Maybe that's the play now. Literally from the exact same point. Not a lot going on there. Really just looks like SHIB painted an order block on the day below resistance, moved to resistance, back tested as support, moved up, back tested as support. So potential long could be played here. I would likely target the lows previous. Maybe looking for a move up. That's what I'd be looking for. Speaking of SHIB, even though it's not related, the PP. I'm surprised we haven't heard more people talk about PP today. The PP is doing PP things. Ah, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that snipery. Look at that snipery. That's a sniper entry, sniper take profit. We were looking for 1480. Went to 1460. F my life. F it. Daily looking good though. Just rolling over. Just rolling over. From negative to positive money flow. Probably looking for higher. Probably looking for higher. I'm gonna delete this one because this one never filled. This one never filled. That short was epic. Thank God I got out of it. SHIB looking like maybe Ethereum, maybe a few others. MATIC, BTC. You have this resistance. I call it 1480, but you can say up to 1500. You have this resistance that is real, and you might be looking for something like that. But breaking through it, you don't have much again. Your efficiency on your chart is all right here. Well, all right here. Not efficient. Efficiency at your low. Not efficient. Little bit of efficiency, but not a lot. Break through 1500 and you're looking for the highest monthly close, man. It's like 2790. 2790-ish. Oops. Surprised. Damn, that wick. Maybe that's why. Because that wick was so savage. It was right at resistance. Another coin right at resistance that saw the exact same move. Profit taken. Bitcoin following the doodles. Unchill, bro. What? I don't even know how to be more chill. You're up 2,000 on Floki. You went to your audit. You came out under 3. How'd that happen, my friend? What do you mean? What's up, Tom G? What's up, 10 pence? Dallo, check out Tau. Tau. We already looked at Tau, but I don't know. It seems to be the theme today. Just cycling through them. It's almost 2. We got 4 minutes till CHERPOW. 4 minutes. Ooh, that filled. That filled while we were live. Nice. Look at this little sniper entry. Who knows how this is going to keep playing out, but look at our little sniper entry long. We put this here today before this moved down. 128, targeting 143. Stop loss is a little sketchy, but I use these lows. Probably 119 would be better, but at that point, I'd rather get stopped and enter a new long at 119. You can visibly see the selling pressure reduce, like not just on Tau, but on every chart. You see this like big drop, lower high, higher low, and then you come back to that high. As long as you don't break this low, You're painting the exact same thing that we painted out on Bitcoin, looking for on Bitcoin, like hours ago. Oops. Hours ago. The more patient long at 119, probably a better one. But this might play. That might play, baby. Got an alert down there. Put an alert up here. Tau moved pretty clean. We looked at it yesterday. Looked for 150 hit. Boom. Easy peasy. Sometimes markets are easy. Sometimes. Not usually. And usually when they are easy, it's like a trick just to get you like comfortable and chilling. Wow. It is remarkable how little has moved since we streamed. Remarkable. You know what? CRV. I have an interesting idea. Ooh, here we go. CHERPOW starting up. Gina probably won't be there, but oh well. Really bad risk to reward. But that might be played. Might be played. Let me make sure this isn't muted. It was. CHERPOW. He's joining us. I'm not going to be talking as much, one, because my voice is shot. We've been live 3-something hours. CHERPOW's coming on right meow at the IMF. I think he's doing the opening statement. We'll see. Not going to be talking as much, but I'll be chatting with you in the live chat. Gotta turn this music off. Where is it? I have 8,000 tabs open. God, I'm a messy technology user. There we go. There we go. Should be any second now. It was at 2, so actually looks like they're starting up on time. I am going to mute the new alerts, the alert box for new subscribers and stuff, but I still see them. I'll leave them on until he starts talking. Now is the best time to subscribe if you haven't. You should also join the Discord while you have a minute. You'll get free sats at the end of every live stream. Airdropped. But really, it's just the best way to keep up with the lives. A crypto community that's chatting nerdy crypto stuff 24/7 from all around the world. It's a place you want to be. We keep you safe from scams. We keep scammers out as best we can. It's good shit. Also, sign up with FEMX using my link, our sponsor. Great exchange. Love them. Highly recommend. No KYC. Big deposit bonus. You know the deal. Chat engaged. Chat engaged. You're invited, brother. You're invited. Specifically by me. Oh, shit. I don't have it hit. It wasn't playing. I'm going to refresh this. It was paused, but you wouldn't know because nothing happened. Nothing happened. Any minute now. CHERPOW's always fashionably late. He's a bit of a diva. Bit of a diva. He'll be here. I'm going to ping everybody on Discord again. Let them know that CHERPOW is speaking. Because I didn't think we would be live 3.5, 4 hours when I started today. Though I didn't take the possibility off the table either. But let's ping everybody again. You're going to be like, what? Good. Pinged everybody in Discord. If you're in Discord, you probably just got pinged by me. Here we go.
You're next to me, my friend.
Ooh, yes, I am, my friend. I am next to you, my friend. My friend. I like that guy. He's very friendly. My friend. Oh, how the audio will be. I'll turn it up. Any day now, CHERPOW. We're not waiting on you or anything, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just take your time. Oh, okay. Okay.
Why don't we get started?
Yeah.
Of course, this is a moment many of us have been waiting for. This is our policy panel in
How does he know?
Annual Research Conference, and the theme for This policy panel is a theme that is going to resonate with all of us, of course, monetary policy challenges in a global economy. Now, as we all know, in recent years, the global economy has been going through a major inflationary episode. Pretty much every country, everywhere, with a few exceptions, have seen inflation rates that they had not seen in many decades. This has been accompanied by a number of additional shocks as well. A war on the European continent, an energy crisis, rising trade, geopolitical tensions. And of course, in response to this surge in inflation, central banks in many, many places have tightened monetary policy also to an unprecedented degree in a long, long time, including in the US, but in many other places as well. Now, the good news is inflation is on a downward path in many places, even though it remains still quite high and above desired levels. And many central banks now appear to be near or at the peak of their hiking cycles, so they are communicated about that. So while we're not home yet, is an important time to take stock. And this panel will aim to shed some light on the trade-offs and the challenges that policymakers face today. Has the monetary policy response been sufficient? Has it been effective? What can we say about spillovers? And more broadly, is the central bank toolkit fit for the task at the current juncture?
No.
Now, to help us think about some of these very complicated issues, we have a really phenomenal panel today. I really cannot think of a set of people who would be more qualified to share their views on these questions. And so I'm going to introduce them briefly in the order in which they will speak. We'll start first with Jay Powell. We're very fortunate to have Jay with us.
I hate that they're calling him Jay.
Chairman of the Federal Reserve System since 2018. Arguably, many would say, the most powerful policymaker in the world. He served as a member of the Board of Governors since 2012. Prior to the Federal Reserve Board, Jay worked in investment banking. He also served as Undersecretary of Treasury for Domestic Finance in a George W. Bush, Bush administration. Amir Yaron has been governor of the Bank of Israel since 2018. That is for almost as long as Jay's tenure as chairman of the Fed. Before that, Amir was professor of banking and finance at the Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania. And he's a world-renowned expert in macroeconomics, monetary economics, finance, and financial economics. And we're particularly delighted to have Amir with us today.
I'm not.
Geeta Gopinath requires no introductions, I think, especially in these walls. But she is the first deputy managing director of the International Monetary Fund. Previously, Geeta had my job as chief economist and head of the research department.
CHERPOW on.
And prior to joining the IMF, she was the John Swanstra Professor of International Studies and of Economics at Harvard Universities, with a world-class record of research on exchange rates, trade, and investment, international financial crisis, monetary policy, debt, emerging market crisis, a very, very long and distinguished list. And then last but obviously not least, Ken Rogoff. Ken is the motivation for this year's annual research conference in his honor. And we're very happy to have him today and tomorrow. And currently, the Moritz Boas Professor at Harvard University, also a former chief economist at the IMF in 2001, 2003. Another turbulent time for the global economy. Ken has written several extremely influential books and, of course, many, many research articles on debt and financial crisis. He has written what remains to this day a reference textbook, graduate textbook in international macroeconomics with Ken Rogoff in 1996. Is known for, with Maury Upsfeld in 1996, is known for his pioneering work on exchange rates, central bank independence, sovereign debt, financial crisis, among many other topics. And Ken has long ranked among the most cited economists. I checked quickly, and I think his REPEC ranking, which is something us for academics or former academics, we check carefully very often. I think his RePEC ranking is number 11, which is totally astonishing. And his Google Scholar count is, off the charts, astronomical.
Off the charts.
And for those of you who don't know, I have to all mention this, Ken is also an international chess grandmaster. Now, we will start with short interventions from each of the panelists for about 10-12 minutes, followed by a quick discussion between them. And then we will open for discussion with the audience. There are mics in the aisles. If you are at the point
at which
we reach that stage in the
As
panel,
we were saying earlier,
ask a
I was thinking stocks are going to keep dumping
line
there.
up behind the mics, and then you will have a chance to do that. I will only ask that, since our time is counted, that you keep your questions brief, and you also keep them focused on the topic of the panel, which is monetary policy challenges for the global economy. Now, with this, let's start with Jay. I believe Jay will talk about the nature of the inflation process in the US and the appropriateness of the monetary policy response. It's up to you, Jay.
Thank you very much, Pierre-Olivier. It's great to be here, particularly in honor of Ken, whom we're proud to count as a member of the Fed family. So my assigned topic is U.S. monetary policy in the current global inflation episode. So I'll begin by briefly addressing the U.S. outlook, and then I'll turn to three broader questions raised by the historic events of the pandemic era. So to begin, U.S. inflation has come down over the past year, but remains well above our 2% target. My colleagues and I are, of course, gratified by this progress, but we expect that the process of getting inflation sustainably down to 2% has a long way to go. The labor market remains tight, although improvements in labor supply and a gradual easing in demand continue to move it into better balance. GDP growth in the third quarter was quite strong, but like most forecasters, we expect growth to moderate in coming quarters. Of course,
to treat climate change like a systemic risk.
Thank you.
Get off fossil fuels.
Thank you very much.
They did it. They did it again. The protesters did it again.
Thank you.
They did it again. They did it again. I just take a screenshot. Hope I didn't freeze my camera. They did it again. Oh my God. Is this real life? Is this real life? Are they just like over now? I mean, at least they wiped the screen. This happened, I want to say last month. That's hilarious. CHERPOW interrupted by protesters again during opening remarks at IMF. #Fed. I can't believe it happened again. And dude, it's like I'm also a little silly. I've been live for so long. What? They didn't get the sweet chant this time. It was really catchy. Does anybody remember it? It was like, get off fossil fuels, or like something weird like that. It was like what was it? Fossil fuel dependence. What was it? What a hilarious... Oh yeah, you guys didn't see it because this thing's up. What a hilarious freaking thing to happen again. All right. CHERPOW interrupted again. Dude, what we have to remember the chant though. The chant was so freaking good. It was like, get a fossil fuels J. I'm drawing such a blank. My brain is mush right now. What was it? I'm so entertained. Honestly, guys, that was the most entertaining possible outcome of that. I do kind of think that he's going to resume the speech after they get them. So last time this happened, they didn't cut the feed and we saw the protesters and stuff, but the audio was really bad. So we didn't know what was going on. And then we went to a different feed and we could hear it and we found out that it was protesters and they were chanting something. It was fossil finance. Yeah, fossil finance. But what was the whole chant? They didn't cut the feed, so we had to see it, and they like slowly escorted them off, and then he resumed. So I'm kind of thinking that's what they're doing now, but this time they've cut the feed. So I'm thinking they're gonna like resume it here in a minute. But we just got rugged. Off fossil finance, Jay. Off fossil finance. Oh, fossil finance, Jay. Oh, fossil finance. Chant it. Oh, so finance, Jay. Oh, fossil finance. What a ridiculous thing to happen. These climate protesters, dude. Who's paying them? Someone's paying them to be ridiculous. Like, I'm all about saving the environment. I'm all about saving the earth. I'm a hippie in that way. Don't care if you agree or disagree. Doesn't matter to me. That's what I think. But these people are still absolutely ridiculous. Like, gluing their hands to paintings, chanting off fossil finance, Jay, off fossil finance, like during him speak, like they are ridiculous. Who's paying them? Who is it? Oh, fossil finance, Jay. Oh, fossil finance. I don't know. How long do you think we should give it? Like 5 minutes maybe before we like move on. I don't know. We've been live over 3 hours. Holy shit. This is going to be the longest stream we've done in certainly a few years. We're already at 3 hours and something. We still have 1,000 viewers. I love it. We could get 1,000 likes, guys. While we're chanting off fossil finance, Jay. Right now, we could get to 1,000 likes. We have like 600 and something. We got 1,100 viewing. We get that in a snap if people just click. We could do it. 1,000 is better than 420. Who drove them there? Their moms. Their moms drove them there in their minivans. Their mommy vans. What a day, dude. I'm like ridiculously tired from this stream and just schlop. Stream's out. Stream is out. Wow. Yeah, he said just close the effing door. Oh my God. Oh my God. What a day. What a day. Bitcoin not liking.
Interlude.
Here we go.
Of course,
after
climate
short
issues are
interlude.
important and they're appropriately addressed. But as I mentioned, we'll try to keep the questions on the topic for today.
That wasn't a question, bro.
So, monetary policy challenges for the global economy. Thank you. And yeah.
Yeah, I feel that, dude. Yeah.
No, I don't. Hold on. Let me check.
Oh, no.
We might have to go too.
Dude, that would have thrown me off so bad. I would be like, well, we'll try this again next week. Just close the effing door. Wait, is Powell not there anymore? Is he not up on stage? Did they like escort him to a safe room? Nah, he's getting back up. We're good. There he is. He's right there.
Not at all. No, don't worry about it.
Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, not at all. Yeah. Not at all.
Okay, where was I?
You were going to get off fossil finance.
Inflation was
Jay.
coming down.
Was that what he
The
was
labor
saying?
market remains tight, although improvements in labor
Right back
supply
into it
and
like
a
a
gradual
pro.
easing in demand continue to move it into better balance. GDP growth in the third quarter was quite strong, but like most forecasters, we do expect growth to moderate in coming quarters. Of course, that remains to be seen, and we are attentive to the risk that stronger growth could undermine further progress in restoring balance to the labor market and in bringing inflation down, which could warrant a response from monetary policy. The FOMC is committed to achieving a stance of monetary policy that is sufficiently restrictive to bring inflation down to 2% over time. We are not confident that we've achieved such a stance. We know that ongoing progress toward our 2% goal is not assured. Inflation has given us a few head fakes along the way. If it becomes appropriate to tighten policy further, we will not hesitate to do so. We will continue to move carefully, however, allowing us to address both the risk of being misled by a few good months of data and the risk of over-tightening. We're making decisions meeting by meeting based on the totality of the incoming data
This
and
could
their
be literally a
implications
copy
for the
pasta.
outlook for economic activity, inflation, as well as the balance of risks.
Get up there and hit play.
As we determine the extent of additional policy firming that may be appropriate to return inflation to 2% over time. And we'll keep at it until the job is done. So with that, let me turn to the three questions that I've posed that have arisen from the receding but still elevated inflation we're experiencing today. The first question is, with the benefit of 2.5 years to look back, what we can say about the initial causes and ongoing policy implications of the current inflation. After running below our 2% target over the first year of the pandemic, core PCE inflation rose sharply in March 21. Economic forecasters generally did not see this coming, as shown by the February 21 survey of professional forecasters, which showed core PCE running at or below target over the subsequent 3 years. So the real-time policy questions for policymakers were what caused the high inflation and how policy should react. And at the outset, many forecasters and analysts, including FOMC participants, viewed the sudden upturn in inflation as mostly a function of pandemic-related shifts in the composition of demand, a disruption of supply chains, and a sharp decline in labor supply. The resulting supply and demand imbalances led to large increases in the prices of a range of items most directly affected by the pandemic, especially goods. In this view, as the pandemic abated, our dynamic and flexible economy was likely to adapt fairly quickly. Supply disruptions and shortages would diminish, labor supply would rebound, aided by the arrival of vaccines and the reopening of schools, elevated demand for goods would shift back to services, inflation would ease reasonably quickly without the need for significant policy response. Indeed, although monthly core PCE inflation spiked in March and April of 21, beginning in May, it declined for 5 consecutive months, providing some support for this view. But, of course, in the fourth quarter of 21, the data clearly changed amid waves of new COVID-19 variants, with only gradual progress in restoring global supply chains and relatively few workers rejoining the labor force. That lack of progress, combined with very strong demand from households, contributed to a tight economy and a historically tight labor market, and more persistent high inflation. The committee signaled a change in our policy approach, and financial conditions began to tighten. Of course, a new shock arrived in February of 22 when Russia invaded Ukraine, driving up prices of energy and other commodity prices. By the time we lifted off in March, it was clear that bringing down inflation would depend both on the unwinding of the unprecedented pandemic-related demand and supply distortions and on our tightening of monetary policy, which would slow the growth of aggregate demand, allow supply time to catch up. Today, these two processes are working together to bring inflation down. The FOMC has raised the federal funds rate target by 5.25 percentage points, and we've reduced our securities holdings by more than $1 trillion. Monetary policy is in restrictive territory and putting downward pressure on demand and inflation. The unwinding of pandemic-related supply and demand distortions is playing an important role in the decline in inflation. For example, wage growth has steadily fallen since mid-2022 by most measures, despite continued robust job gains, reflecting a resurgence in labor supply, thanks both to higher labor force participation and a return of immigration to pre-pandemic levels. While the broader supply recovery continues, it's not clear how much more will be achieved by additional supply-side improvements. Going forward, it may be that a greater share of the progress in reducing inflation will have to come from tight monetary policy, restraining the growth of aggregate demand. Turning then to my second question. For many years, it has generally been thought that monetary policy should limit its response to or look through supply shocks to the extent that they are expected to be temporary and idiosyncratic. Many argue as well that in the future, supply disruptions are likely to be more frequent or more persistent than in the decades just before the pandemic. A second question then is what we've learned about this standard looking through approach. The idea that the response to the inflationary effects of supply shocks should be attenuated arises in part from the trade-off presented by those shocks. Supply shocks tend to move prices and employment in opposite directions, whereas monetary policy pushes each in the same direction. Therefore, the response of monetary policy to higher prices stemming from an adverse supply shock should be attenuated, because it would otherwise amplify the unwanted decline in employment. In addition, supply shocks have most frequently come from the volatile food and energy categories, and they've passed through quickly. While food and energy prices critically affect the budgets of households and businesses, the policy tools of central banks work more slowly than commodity markets move. So responding aggressively to quickly passing price increases could exacerbate macroeconomic volatility without supporting price stability. Our experience since 2020 highlights some limits of this thinking. To begin with, it can be challenging to disentangle supply shocks from demand shocks in real time. and also to determine how long either will persist, particularly in the extraordinary circumstances of the past 3 years. Supply shocks that have a persistent effect on potential output could call for restrictive policy to better align aggregate demand with the suppressed level of aggregate supply. The sequence of shocks to global supply chains experienced from 2020 to 22 suppressed output for a considerable time and actually may have persistently altered global supply dynamics. Such a sequence calls on policymakers to use policy restraint to limit inflationary effects. Policy restraint in this case is also good risk management. Supply shocks that drive inflation high enough for long enough can affect the longer-term inflation expectations of households and businesses. Monetary policy must forthrightly address any risks of a potential de-anchoring of inflation expectations, as well-anchored expectations help bring inflation back to our target. The sharp policy tightening during 2022 likely contributed to keeping inflation expectations well anchored. My third question, then, is the level where interest rates will settle once the effects of the pandemic are truly behind us. By 2019, the general level of nominal interest rates had declined steadily over several decades. As the pandemic arrived, many advanced economies had below target inflation and low or mildly negative rates, raising difficult questions about the efficacy of interest rate policy when constrained by the effective lower bound, or the ELB, as we call it. Over 2 decades, an extensive literature had identified a number of possible changes to the widely used inflation targeting regime, including negative policy rates, nominal income targeting, and various forms of makeup strategies, under which persistent shortfalls in inflation would be followed by a period of inflation running moderately above 2%. Today, inflation and policy rates are elevated, and the effective lower bound is not currently relevant for our policy decisions. But it's far too soon to say whether the monetary policy challenges of the ELB will ultimately turn out to be a thing of the past. The prolonged proximity of interest rates to the ELB was at the heart of the monetary policy review and the changes we made to our framework in 2020. We will begin our next 5-year review in the latter half of 2024 and announce the results about a year later. Among the questions we will consider is the degree to which the structural features of the economy that led to low interest rates in the pre-pandemic period will persist. With time, we will continue to learn from the experience of the past few years and what implications it may hold for monetary policy. These are just 3 of the many questions raised by these challenging times, and of course, we're very far from a complete understanding of the answers. Again, it's great to be here today, and I look forward to our conversation. Thank you.
Off fossil finance, Jay. Off fossil finance. That's all I can think about. My brain is mush.
Thank you very much, Jay.
I have a feeling he's not going to talk for a long time.
Excellent start with your remarks. Let me now
boring. I couldn't listen.
Amir.
So I have a feeling it's going to be like hours now of other people talking. With like CHERPOW maybe piping in sometimes. We're not going to stay live for all of it. We definitely have some coins selling off here. TRB filled the long again. Has not gotten stopped out so far. Actually looking like a good position still. Render wrecked the short. If you guys notice though, if you notice, we went short. We put these shorts up pretty much all at the same time as these things were going into resistance. And so it wasn't that we were taking them. I'm sure I said I'm not taking these, but it was we're at resistance. People wanted to go long. Could have worked out, but here you go. There's the story. If you went long, you probably were in profit, and then all of a sudden you were liquidated, right? Didn't quite hit support. I moved this over. It was there. 185 on render, probably still in play. TRB. Solana hasn't really done much. What I'm interested in now, actually, is with these bottom wicks, we didn't get the V-shaped recovery I was hoping for. I'm curious if there's positions to be sniped at the bottom. Those are going to be risky longs. Definitely want tight stops on those, but I'm wondering on some of these, like MATIC actually have it placed lower at 74 cents, which is below the wick. Let's see. Casper coming up a little bit. CRV, here's the example of kind of what I was wondering, is at those supports with the stop below the wick, is a trade possible? Like, who, definitely can trade lower, but are we going to see buyers come in? And if we trade below this wick after we had such a buying response, well, I don't want to be in a long. I'm not going to take these ones. They're just up there again for like education. They're up there for practice, for learning. These are sketchy, but I'm curious to see these play out, and I want some kind of log of them. ILV, honestly, kind of doing the best here. This is really ugly, this 5-minute climb. Very bearish looking. However, it's doing almost the best. I wouldn't doubt if this is still a green daily candle. Most of the market is not. Yes, it is. Indeed, it is. Bitcoin really lagging, not doing anything. We've been live for like 4 hours. The second I close the live, likely Spice will come. And you know what? Speaking of that, guys, make sure you've liked and subscribed. Sign up with FEMX. Use my link. Start trading today. They're a great exchange, no KYC. This has been great. This has been the longest stream we've done in years. I love that thousands of people tuned in, joined us. Make sure you subscribe, join the Discord. I'll see you guys. I need to go blaze it and maybe take a nap.